to see you, buddy. So, Jay, I don't know. There was some things going on. I'm not sure if you were aware. You were busy yesterday, and
yeah, no kidding. Just a little bit, just a little.
And
I did catch up on a few things last night. So, but please tell me what's new because I think we're dying to talk about it.
Yeah, I think now Mike. And before we get there, guys, we're going to do or Mike is probably going to do a big Motuniverse guest drop today. A brand new guest coming to Motuniverse. I asked Mike before the show. He feels like the middle of this He-Manics live episode is a good time to announce it. So we will get to it. So Jay, while you were being lazy,
yeah, so lazy,
there. The rumors are true that the other action figure line, other than Chronicles, and we're going to talk about Chronicles, Jay, I know you got into it a lot. Mike and I, not so much. The first ones actually were spotted and revealed in Spain at a toy planet. And we found out today that the price, thanks to Michael Smith, who took the barcode and put it in the scanner. And I think that's Smitty too on the forums. He found out it was $9.99 each.
Okay.
And, go ahead.
No. You know what? That's my bad habit of trying to jump in. Just keep going.
Okay. Well, so what at this store, what they revealed, and these stores were on the shelf. Actually, let me get to the shelf picture here. They were actually on the shelf. Here they are. Look at that. And we can do a size comparison a little later because if you look, what's to the left of He-Man is a cartoon collection.
I wanted to shout out the guy that took that too.
I have him here. So yeah, I should shout him out. Hang on. I have him here. I actually, in the article, I have him linked.
Oh, nice.
So his name is Queenie on X, and everyone check out his Instagram page. Let me just head on over there. I mean, X page, excuse me. That's where he first put these pictures. Can I get on X? Maybe not. Okay. Well, his name is Queenie, Quini, and the link is on the He-Mania.com page. You're awesome for sharing these pictures. He knows we have them on the site. We were actually the first to report it, which is really exciting. Shout out to David. So here it is on the shelf, guys. And lo and behold, was He-Man, Teela, and Beastman. And we got our first look at the first one's release. Now, Jay, what are you burning to talk about here?
Oh, so where were these found? In the UK or in South America? Or where were these found?
Spain. In Toy Planet. And we've already seen someone has, or a couple people has purchased them and have out of the box pictures. I don't have that on He-Mania.
Yeah, if you want, I think there's a whole bunch of different sites that actually have the in-house. Anyway,
I think it's in our forums. I think it's in our forums actually. So
okay, yeah. So the thing is that obviously with overseas pricing, it's not exactly 100% what they will end up being, but I think $9.99 is a pretty good price for this line. I remember Origins when they first came out.
$14.99.
They're like $14.99, like they're $12.99. It fluctuated depending on where you were purchasing from. So this at $9.99, if that's the case, which I honestly don't think so.
Yeah, I think that's a temporary price just set that until these things release.
Oh, that's interesting. See, I was thinking maybe so at mass quantity. I mean, these are obviously shorter than 5.5, right? Inches. Or maybe they could be 5.5. Well, their legs are straight. I don't know. Yeah. But do you guys remember, or Mike, you're a big MCU fan. You remember there was like the expensive collectible figures, and then there was those cheapo figures. There were big, tall Captain Americas they could get for $10.
Like $5. Yeah.
Yeah. And then there were some smaller, cheaper ones. So this might, considering the mass quantity they're going to produce these, and the more you produce, the cheaper it gets, might be possible, guys. So I guess we'll find out for sure. But you know what? That listing definitely confirms them as first ones. If you guys noticed.
Yeah. Why first ones? What is it supposed to be, like kids' first action figure kind of thing? I don't understand why the name First Ones.
I don't think we're ever going to find that out until, like, I think it's probably connected to the movie somehow. There might be something, that's related to that, but
I believe the
but
idea is going to be your first He-Man. Your first.
Well, that's what I kind of took out of it, was like, is this supposed to be like your first action figure kind of as a kid? Like, that's why it's geared towards, like, this line's geared towards the kids.
Yeah, that's what I believe. I believe there was an explanation that was pulled. I had it on He-Mania, and I was told to take the article off, and I believe it might have said something, it might not, but I believe the idea is this is for the next generation. This is going to be their first ones. Mom and dad will get the more expensive one, the Chronicles, with the extra detail, extra articulation,
Right.
and the kids. This will be their first, for so many. This will be their first He-Man figures.
Yeah, but interesting. Is it an internal name, or is it actually like, Masterverse Origins actually doesn't say anything on the packaging? That's just understood.
This doesn't look like it says first ones anywhere. Unlike Chronicles actually says Chronicles. This doesn't say first ones anywhere.
Exactly.
Like Origins, Mike. Yeah.
Origins doesn't have any Masters Universe Origin. It doesn't say Origins anywhere, right? That's just an internal name, which when we found out about it, we just adopted it, right? Actually, I'm pretty sure that Mattel wanted everyone to call it Origins, but smartly, intelligently, they didn't actually put it on the packaging, because I'd be really disappointed if I saw that classic packaging, something so familiar and so beloved, just marred with the idea of Origins on top. I would have been a little bit disappointed.
I do like it reminds me of the old 90s Marvel cards where it shows their stats.
Yeah.
I think that's
like strength. Maybe the next one's power. There's a little staff.
There's like a magic wielding and speed down at the bottom.
I think it's strength.
Pretty slow.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
No, it's true. Like it's well, I guess no. Maybe this version of He-Man is slow.
This version,
right? Well, that's what trips me out too. So when I saw Beastman's, the image is reversed, and I thought Beastman's strength was a 2. I didn't know which one I'm supposed to be looking at, and I was like, oh, it's going the other direction on his.
Yeah,
I was like, Beastman has a strength of 2. What the heck?
Yeah, I think it's strength, fighting.
Is it fighting next? Is that what it is?
Yeah, fighting ability. But what is that? Is that a monster? What is it? It's a Pac-Man.
Yeah, it looks like Blinky or something like that.
One is there's also magic, which obviously he's connected with magic. But yeah, speed, man. This He-Man is slow as F.
Yes. Look, we're doing that. It's on my shirt here. 130 episodes in 130 days, the Filmation episode. And a few days ago, we were watching an episode where He-Man's like sprinting past deer. It was so cool. I mean, deer are sprinting, and he starts running, and he's like, he's like on your left,
Yeah,
and
exactly. He-Man is very fast.
And but I guess this He-Man, he just lumbers around. He's more.
He should have just been maxed out everything. He's He-Man.
You know what? Here's the thing. We do know that when the time calls for it, the magic tends to make He-Man like twice as capable as anybody else. It's kind of crazy that way. So
yeah.
So there is a magical component to this. So anyway.
But I don't know. I think I know this is the figure that really gets Mike's goat. I think Tila's.
Oh my gosh! I'm sorry, but that head sculpt drives me crazy. I mean, it's a cool looking line. I think the He-Man, I actually like this He-Man better than the Chronicles He-Man. But the Tila, I mean, she just looks like. I think Jay and I had a conversation. Jay said, like, looks like someone asked her a question that she didn't understand and just was going, huh? What?
But it does look like you're asking Camila Mendez a question, right? This is no doubt her, right?
Yeah. I mean, it sort of looks like her. Okay.
Her hair seems like almost like a wig.
That's the thing.
Yeah, it kind of has that Raggedy Ann and Andy look to me. It looks like a mop top. Something else is going on there.
Yeah, but you said the He-Man actually looks better than the Chronicles one. So let me take a closer look at that one here.
Yeah, I do like the He-Man one.
Yeah, it's a nice look. Yeah, I tell you, if this is $9.99, I think adults are going to be going after these too. You know, the Marvel ones were just a little not detailed enough, but I don't know.
Yeah, I got a shot at the the in hand one if you want to take a look at
it. Sure.
Yeah. You gotta share it.
Yeah, I know. I got it.
Unshare to share. There you go.
Yeah. I mean, I sort of agree with Mike. I think that there is something there about Nicholas Galitzine that but here's the other thing too, and I've been saying this a lot lately. If you actually examine the Entertainment Weekly photos, there's a running change going. Like there were actually two, when they took shots in different days, you can kind of tell. The ones that they took with Battlecat were much more like there was a lot more paint deco on He-Man, right? And the ones that they showed at Spielwaren Messe, Battlecat actually has a pink nose. Right, so there's a lot of things still going on in the background while we're discovering these and that really makes me wonder, because it's funny, because when we first started seeing the cartoon collection, I was kind of like weird. I was like, oh, is that the way they look? And then when they finally got released in hand, and the production, they look way better. So there definitely is like continuing changes going on with these characters. So. The Chronicles ones, we don't know what they actually look like until they finally get in hand. But this one being a production sample, obviously, he looks pretty good. Whereas, unfortunately, you know, poor Tila here.
I mean, jeez.
Yeah. So
no words.
So before we go to the comments, gentlemen, actually, let me just remove this real quick. Just again. This is what Michael Smith found. Let me find the price here just so everyone can see it. Also have it on He-Mania.com. This is the Target listing, $9.99.
I mean, I hope that's true. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know for a fact that they're probably not a fact. I know that oftentimes those are just placeholder pricing. You know, Mike, you'd know better than I. I mean, you actually work at a retail location, so I do know that they just put certain things on placeholder, and then it throws people off if they ever find them. But that would be a really cool price. That would be an amazing price.
Again, and
also can vary. I mean, there's so when Too Bad came out for Masterverse, the Masterverse Too Bad, the big guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was at a Target in Los Angeles, and it was like $38.99.
Yeah.
And then I came down to a Target down here in San Diego, and he was $32.99. So there can even be variance just by location of where you're at. So maybe $9.99 might be true for some locations, but it'd probably be like $12.99 or even $14.99 in like bigger metropolitan areas.
Yeah. So again, I think, like I said, those kitty MCU figures, MCU toys are, I think, around that $9.99 price point.
Yeah.
So I still
maybe
think
we'll
it's
see these at like Five Below or something, you know, instead of Target. Well, I guess they're at Target, but
yeah,
I'm surprised we wouldn't see them at like, you know, Five Below and Ross and places like that pretty soon after the fact.
Yep. All right. Colin and Mick.
Yes, Steve.
Let's get to some more of the comments. I know a lot more people have come in here, and see what we can find here. We got My Buddy Customs. Good price for what the figures are. Yeah, if they hold out.
See, what he's going to do is he'll customize and fix the face. So at least, you know, Bud's pretty good about that.
Or Tila's face, right? At least.
Yeah. But he'll accessorize the others.
Hey, you know what? Hold on for a sec. To their credit, it's nowhere near as bad as certain Tilas that have been released in the past.
That is very true.
Yeah.
There are some terrible Tila figures out there, man.
I roll Tila.
Exactly. Like, seriously, like I don't know what was going on there. Like, honestly, this was actually not that bad.
Yeah, especially at that price point. We have Warren, Hi Jay, and everyone. So we're the rest. You ever watch Gilligan's Island, where it says, what was it?
It's in the beginning of the song.
Yeah, well, it used to end like this person and the rest are here on, and then they changed it to Professor and Marianne.
Yeah,
and we're the rest. It's Josie and the Pussycats.
Who said that?
Gem and then
That was like
hologram.
the Attorney of Four, wasn't it? Or were they? Who said that? That was so funny.
Something like that. Yep. Masters Universe Classic. What are the items behind it with the original old school Motu logo? I thought it was all cartoon collection. I saw.
It is, yeah, it was cartoon collection. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me pull that back up. And oh, I'm in the image. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, you.
Yeah, let's get back to here. It is. Yeah, it's cartoon collection in the
cartoon
back.
collection behind it.
Filmation, and then 2000.
It almost looks like a Beast Man, which he's hard to find in cartoon collection. Is that orange, or is that still part of the other packaging? See the orange there on the left
Yeah, but
side?
it is part of. This is from Spain, right? So, I mean,
I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, probably easier to find in.
Yeah,
whatever figure that is behind him looks like an orange character.
Yep. All right, let's get back to the comments here. Okay. I understand they're supposed to be for kids, but they don't look good in my opinion.
It's just that Tila face is the only complaint I have.
Yep. Bro man, ahoy! Hoyo!
Hey, bro man.
Hey,
what's going on, bro man?
Oh, Jay, you must have it on your channel. We do have a star. Hang on. Anything contributed is going to Jay and the J Fund. The Josie.
Hey, Killer Cosplay. Yeah, brother. Thank you so much for being there yesterday. It was
Canada.
a blast. It was an absolute blast. And you made it happen, brother. You made it happen. Thank you.
Okay. Let's see what else we have. We have Ryan. Hey, Ryan, imagine having that as your first action figure. We had Star Wars, He-Man, and Mr. T. These are going to be going to Ollie's and Ross.
Okay. Hold on. Hold the phone, guys. Come on. Let's be honest here. If you're going to compare the Star Wars freaking Kenner figures, have you seen them lately from the original 12? Like they don't even look like the characters. They look like Play-Doh figures today.
Yeah, I'm sorry. If these stay true as $10, and especially if I was like
these
7 years old, these are great.
These are
awesome.
great. They have articulation. You know what I mean? They're not little squat. You know what I mean? Like, come on, guys.
Not like the reaction figures.
There's a bit of disingenuous. Come on. Sorry, maybe not disingenuous, but you guys are really being like pretty harsh on these things, man. If these are kids' toys. Come on, we play with kids like they barely look like anything we were supposed to be. Come on, man.
I was like, I had knockoff He-Mans as some of my first toys, and I loved them.
You know what? Absolutely. Some of the Mexican He-Mans are fucking awesome, man. They look freaking great.
So we have Kirk here. I said, have you seen the Panther fig from the movie? Saw it earlier today. Yeah. Actually, for me, Michael gave me a shout out. Michael from Toy Habits. Shout out to him. He sent me the pic and gave me a warning. This is AI. So
if you look at the face, it's a little messed up, and the hand on Skeletor, it looks like he's actually holding on to Panther. So no, it's completely fake. When I first saw it, I took a good long time looking on Entertainment Weekly trying to find it. I wanted it to be real. I wanted it so bad to be real.
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that photo. I'll have to look that up.
Go to Toy Hunter Hollow. And Canal dos Mineros, they have, and they've actually shouted out that it is AI. Canal dos Mineros said that it is AI.
This is my biggest fear, especially doing all the news on He-Mania.com, is being duped by AI. It's gonna happen at some point. It's gonna happen to all of us at some point. It's just gonna get better.
Here's the situation. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do a whole video on how AI is creeping in very slowly. But
give us the 60-second version. We got a lot of comments.
Yeah. The reality is, you can't stop it. It's gonna become prevalent in everything. But B, it's gonna be used for the absolute worst things, like this. Like, so many people want Panther. So many people really want Panther. But here's the problem: it's not real.
Right.
It's not real,
and messing with people.
It really gets disappointing when you see something that looks so good and you want it, and then. And my real fear, though, and I'm gonna end that off here. My real fear is that if the real version does not live up to the AI version because it's in your head, that is a travesty. That is just very sad.
Well, we'll get there. We'll get to Chronicles, but Battle Cat's badass. So I have a feeling Panther, if they're making one, would be badass too. If there's one in the movie, right?
Yeah, there's the thing. If there's one in the movie, we just don't know yet. So
yeah. Let's see. Not happy about this. That's Alex on the first ones. You don't have to buy them. That's okay, Alex. Just for kids. These
they are not just for kids. No, don't say that. They're not just for kids. I'm buying them.
Well, I mean, if this was the only line we were getting, right? But we have the Chronicles, that we're getting simultaneously, and we're getting a Tila. We're getting.
Yeah.
Was there a Beastman shown or announced? Not yet.
Not yet. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
These will fit so well with my 5.5 inch scale.
Yeah, I know.
And you know what? I want 5.5 to continue. You know what I mean? Like I really like when okay. So when we first heard this news drop from I can't remember the Australian channel, but shout out to them, right? I couldn't report on it because it's very sensitive information, and it wasn't even know if it was real or not. Although from other sources I knew it was real because the people were asked to not report on it. But the reality is that I'm so glad. And if half the other stuff that he talked about in that film is coming out, I just got the since it's already out of the bag now anyway. I just got the Thundercats Sword of Omens. If what he revealed in that document is real, I am literally gonna lose my shit when that one comes out, because I am very, very excited about that. Being as ambiguous as I possibly can be at this point.
Make sure you film it when you lose your shit. Everyone likes it. Go ahead.
No, I think Mike was talking about the Roton.
Well, I was trying to be ambiguous, but yes.
Crap, I just do that? Okay, fine.
Break is saying, did you all see Camellia? Yeah, we did. React to her Chronicles figure. Imagine if she got this one first.
It is a
you would have had that look on her face.
No. It's no, Mike's right, but it is a perfect chance to show just how talented an actress she really is. It would have been perfect. We would have seen the moment where she's like, "Oh, yeah, it's
nice." Come on, she just had a rough morning. That's all.
She really wouldn't say it's so beautiful. No, she would say, "I'm so glad I have this now." You know what I mean? She's got the other word.
But as I think it was Jay pointed out before, it's cheaper and maybe better than iRoll Tila. So, and you had to pay what, $25 for that one on Masterverse. So,
you know what? There are customizers out there who have taken existing figures and made them look like wow, like what, like if you actually look at Kenny, what's it called? Why am I drawing a blank all of a sudden? Maybe because I got to leave. Hold on for a second.
Kenzo's Creations.
Kenzo's Creations. Wait a second. Oh, sorry, I'm back. Yeah, if you look at Kenzo's Creations repaint of as we're calling her now, I Roll Skeletor, he did a bang up job, man. Like seriously. Sorry guys, I'm coming back from like no sleep and I'm really tired. But I had to be here today. I had to be here to talk about Master Universe. So
that sometimes happens where the sculpt is fantastic, but the paint job. That actually happened with the Cartoon Collection Tila. Not cartoon, excuse me. Super 7 Club Grayskull Filmation Tila, where the actual promo pics was gorgeous. And then somehow, once it came out of production, people were like, I think She-Ra too a little, So the sculpting was, and then some people touched it up, and it looked amazing. So
yeah. See, Super 7 has the opposite effect. Unlike Mattel, where their paint masters are not the greatest, and then the final figure is actually pretty good. Super 7 has amazing paint masters, and they kind of do a little thing on the back end. It's weird.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on though. Marco says I might be the only one, but I think this head sculpt for Tila looks better than the Chronicles one. Hey.
Marco, you are the only one.
Oh my God! Shots fired, man. Mike, shots fired. Dude.
I'm just kidding. I can only speak for myself, so maybe there are others out there.
Yeah. Why different ales? Just give us Masterverse and Origins.
Why different sales? Why different sales?
Oh, why different sales?
Why different sales? Yeah.
Well, we'll get it. We're going to get into Masterverse, so I guess we can get that into that topic once we get there. But
I think the question is, why all of a sudden another scale with Chronicles? Why now another, or instead of Origins, why another first ones, right? So yeah, for sure, Alex, we're going to get there.
I mean, it would have been really cool if they would have gone the 87 route and had the classic back, like, and just to show off, look who I just got. But if they had this backing, and then remember, like, it'd be like from the motion picture, and then have that He-Man here or Tila.
Yeah.
But I don't think that would work. The straight up marketing wise, I think they really want to identify the new branding. I mean, that's why they have the new Masters of the Universe logo. I mean, I know AJ's not a fan of the new Masters of the Universe logo.
Well, it's just because I've seen it so much before. We saw it in the kids cartoon from Netflix. It was used. Right. We saw it in Masters of the Universe Revelation and Revolution. There was no change to the actual font. That's why I was kind of hoping that we'd actually get, if not something like the iconic logo, a new font, that we can actually say that's the movie logo. And they didn't go there. So that's all. I just felt like at this point it was tired, after 2 series have used it, just come up with something new, but that's just me.
I'll be right back, guys.
Okay. Yeah, so Brick says between this new line, the scale change to Chronicles, and the potential winding down of Masterverse, there's a lot to process. Ultimately, though, happy to see Mattel work hard to push Motu to new people. Yeah, I think overall
I agree.
Captain Clawful, hi Jay, Mike, and AJ. I think I'm going for Chronicles over this line. Yeah,
I think most adult collectors will.
Yeah. Let's see.
I mean, if I'm being completely honest, I'm only probably going to get He-Man and Skeletor from Chronicles and first ones, unless I see them on some sort of clearance or like deep discount somewhere.
Yeah,
because they just don't seem that appealing to me. Again, I collect all the super vintage stuff for the most part, and then Origins. But
I don't know. It's the thing. I look at them and say, okay, I'm just interested in the Chronicles line. But then something happens when you walk into that store and you see them and you see the first ones for the first time and you grab the package and you hold it. And next thing you know, it's in your cart, dude.
That is very, very true. There's been times. I mean, I bought CGI cartoon characters. I have a CGI Trapjaw and never thought, I was like, I'm going to get any of these CGI except He-Man and Skeletor. That's it. And then I saw him in the store and I was like, oh, yeah, this guy's pretty freaking sweet. And this isn't, he's a very different looking Trapjaw than we've ever had before.
Yeah.
And I ended up buying him just because I
really like that merman look from that cartoon. Mm-hmm. We have another message here. It says that so Alex says He-Man looks like Perseus from the 1970s Clash of the Titans.
Yeah, a little bit.
Let me pull up He-Man real quick here.
Like, should I bring up a Perseus on my phone, or you think you can get a
little bit? I mean, obviously there's a hair color difference, but I don't know what was his name. Sure.
Oh, I have no idea. The actor?
Yeah, Harry Hamlin, I think was his name. And that was all by memory, not Googling. But yeah, I think I could see it a little. So the way the hair feathers, and okay. So let's see. Looks like
cosplayers.
Looks like Princess Diana in a harness.
Because the hair flip.
Yeah. Oh man. Let's see. Haggis says, I am glad they are pushing Motu to a wider audience. It is necessary for the franchise to survive, but they lost me when they said Masterverse is ending. Yeah, we're going to get into that next. Yeah, it does. The way the hair is feathered. Yeah. Ryan, that was a good call, buddy.
I got a close up. You can do a side by side if you want to do it. I got a close up on there. You can. The hair does look like
it does.
He's got those lovely locks. Can you bring up the phone again, Mike?
Yeah.
He's got those lovely locks. That's crazy, man. Yeah, I'm totally. Oh hell yeah!
Oh yeah!
Oh hell yeah! That's 100%. That's him, man. That's it. Good sleuthing there. That's crazy.
Now Mike is stuck. Here we go. Come on, I'm trying to get
and
to the
waving.
There we go. That's great. Did you hear the Princess Diana comment? The figure looks like Princess Diana.
Oh no. That's crazy.
That is crazy. Oh, Harry, yeah. Ryan said Harry Hamlin. I got it right. He was about 30. Yeah, he was like in that LA Law or some sort of
LA Law. It was LA Law. Yeah.
Haha, Colin and Mick. No new attorney. Okay, Sorceress. What's up, guys? We got John C. Good to see you, John. Let's see. Maybe we should go into Masterverse. I think we're getting. Okay. So you guys want to get in the next topic or go to Motuniverse next? What do you want to?
Let's go to the next topic first. Let's go to the next topic.
Okay. So let's bring up. You know what? I'm going to read this one. I think this one will be appropriate to He-Mania.com. Okay, here we go. Wow, a lot of news stories already.
I was gonna say, how far back you got to go for it?
No, man, there's been a plethora of news. I mean, like He-Mania
right there, the sixth one down, right? Or
every hour on the hour, it seems like the He-Mania.com seems to be like posting just crazy amounts of news. So,
like
guys, if you haven't already subscribed to He-Mania.com for all the latest Master of the Universe news.
Yeah, let's talk Orko real quick. What did you report?
I don't want to. There's spoilers in there, and some people might not want to know if Orko is in the movie and how long Orko is in the movie, and there's some information in there. So I'd rather not show this because some people don't want to know. You know, they want to be. Some people don't even watch the trailers, Mike.
I didn't know you had the information in there. I haven't had a chance to read that one yet.
Yeah. So, and you see how I use the O for Orko?
Nice.
Movie Orko, yeah.
Great design right there. Great design.
So if you guys want to know if Orko's in the movie, click there. What else we have? The 3D Castle Grayskull. That
came out of left field.
Yeah,
that looks amazing though, man. Oh my god,
great. Yeah. Now when we say 3D, it's actually a puzzle 3D.
4D.
Yeah. Well, the company's 4D build, but the actual product description it's 3D. They call it 3D. So the 4D build Castle Grayskull model kit, because that's their company name. But
they have a lot of products out right now. They have Star Wars products. They have a whole bunch of different unique. They've got a Boba Fett helmet. They've got a C-3PO full droid. Full droid. It's like a 1/3 scale. They got a whole bunch of really great items. Now they have this, which looks awesome.
Yeah, it does.
Now, what castle? Because it's not quite the Filmation almost, huh? Because it doesn't have or does it go on the back there?
It's what they it is a. I think it's a stylized version of a Castle Grayskull. I don't think it's based off of any one
two things, right? How
they made it so that you could actually form it in the cardboard that it's actually sold, right? Because if you actually go for a realistic castle in cardboard, it's going to be very, very difficult, right?
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Okay. Wow. That's what happens. You go on He-Mania.com and you get off topic.
Oh yeah, you're just gonna start going down a rabbit. Right. How many more rabbit holes do we have?
Yeah.
Actually, do you want to address this because this was an interesting point of contention. A lot of people are now confused. Like a lot of fans are confused as to what happened here because one news site was saying one thing, and it was just one of those things where maybe waiting until like rumors and hearsay happens, and then all of a sudden you finally realize, or you get an actual update, right? So actually, you know what, AJ, what happened here? Tell us.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to refer to the other website other than they pulled back. They sort of retracted and pulled their cancellation banner off the social media pages and off their main page.
Well, let's start with that. Like, what was the original rumor? What was the original
Well,
rumor?
the rumor was that Masterverse was canceled. That was the statement made from the information given to Mattel. But the thing is, Mattel also gave that information to me, which I also followed up on. And let's get to it now. So He-Mania.com receives update from Mattel on Masterverse action figure line. Some in pipeline for 2026, more vintage collection figures in 2027 not rolled out. Fans have been wondering since the rumors began about a possible 1/12 scale, possibly 6-inch Chronicles action figure line. Oh, wait, hang on. I didn't read that. Fans have been wondering since the rumors began, what would the future hold for the 7-inch Masterverse figure line that launched in 2021 with the Netflix animated series Masters of the Universe Revelation? Well, now Mattel has sent He-Mania.com their official stance on the matter, which we can quote. Quote, this is Mattel. While there are still Masterverse action figures in the pipeline for 2026, we will be transitioning our core offering to Chronicles later this year. We will, however, also have a number of special releases, I'm assuming Mattel Creations or Walmart, planned with the Masterverse Vintage Collection. Stay tuned for more. So then, this is the article again. Special releases and stay tuned for more naturally caught our eye, so we followed up. We asked Mattel if they are continuing some Masterverse figures beyond 2026 and into 2027 with some of those special releases. Mattel did not rule 2027 out. Here's Mattel speaking again, quote, I can't provide any more information at this time. You will receive information and updates on details, or as details are confirmed to be announced, end quote. So it looks like the future is still open-ended when it comes to the Masterverse line, at least with the vintage collection. However, regarding the other sublines, you never know with Mattel Creations, but the future does not appear to sound. So there we go.
A lot of people look at New Eternia and New Etheria. It's a shame they're going away. It's a shame if they are going to go away from it, because a lot of people liked that.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that it's completely dead yet. I mean, like 2026, there should still be, from the sound of this article, they still will pump out a few more, maybe, and vintage collection at least, right? Which it's a bittersweet moment for me for that, because I really like those vintage collection figures. The problem is we're not getting any of them up here in Canada at all. So I'm literally relying on anybody who could possibly grab a couple if they ever find them, because secondary prices on anything vintage is always like it's always inflated. As soon as these things start showing up, if somebody wants like $200 for a He-Man, it's crazy, right? Mind you, He-Man probably won't be reissued because his vintage version was actually released years ago, right?
40th,
yeah. But I still have not seen a Skeletor ever, right, for a vintage collection. And of course, now we have Man at Arms, we have Merman, Tila.
We have Skeletor for vintage collection.
No, I know. Yeah, that's what I said, Skeletor. But I haven't seen it. Like up here in Canada, we don't get any of that.
Gotcha.
Right? Like the last thing we did see was, and I suppose we have to call him this now. Last time we saw the 40th edition vintage collection He-Man. That was the last one we ever saw up here. Right. So we have not seen hide or hair. As a matter of fact, Masterverse in general and Origins are just not the whoever's doing the purchasing up here in Canada, at least in Toronto, they did not purchase for Master Universe anymore. It's really sad.
There was an interesting thought or comment I want to bring up in regards to this might be like a national progression of things, even though people love New Eternia. Let's see. Sorry, there's 26 comments. Here we go. From Toy Shark, who I believe is going to Motuniverse. I think Mattel sees that New Eternia ran its course. There are Snake Man and some other minor characters left to make, but there is not much future left in it. On the other hand, the vintage collection just started. So
Makes sense.
yeah, it sucks, but it makes sense, right? So yeah, New Eternia is, I don't know, I'll have to think about it, but it became one of my favorite lines of all time. You know, especially there's a suite like top 10 figures that are just gorgeous. You know, that there isn't a better representation of that character, not classics, not origins, not anything other than the New Eternia. And yeah, it'll be really, I mean, they really, you know, at first they started, it was a little, well, you know, a lot of people didn't like the Masters. If you go back, way back to Masterverse, you know, it was Masters of the Universe Revelation figures. And there was a lot of people did not like that He-Man, did not like that Skeletor, and did not like that show, and really weren't into supporting the line. But it wasn't until New Eternia came out that it started to really blossom. And I think they really got rolling, even though some of those beginning New Eternia figures, like New Eternia Skeletor, look like Barbarian Skeletor, right? And Beastman, which was really huge. They were nice, but they really got rolling like a couple years later with Trapjaw, Battle Armor Skeletor, right? How gorgeous those are. And even, man, jeez, even what was the latest one? Mantena, right? And Anti-Eternia He-Man, you know? I mean, these are really sharp, so it will be sad to see the line end if New Eternia's line ending. You know, it's not like that was explicitly said.
Right.
But the good news is there's more figures in the pipeline for 2026, so I assume some of those will be New Eternia, I would imagine. Yeah. So, let's see. Brick says, I'm a big Masterverse fan. I hear you, but also I'm not a completist. Wish they do more with Princess Power, New Adventures, and Sunman, but glad they covered some ground, breadth over depth. Yeah. I'm a completist, guys. I have like every single Masterverse figure. So now this is going to be, they could easily solve that with staying at the 7-inch scale. So guys, you want to get in? That's a good segue, right? In regards to Chronicles, which we're going to talk about, is, you know, if these are truly 6-inch, right now they're saying 12-inch, 12 scale, right? 112. And for some figures that actually turn out to be closer to 5.5, it depends on the line. It doesn't completely necessarily mean 1 inch equals 1 foot.
Right.
But if it turns out to be a 6-inch line, what do you guys feel about that? That it's like a little too big, like to swap armor and stuff with the Origins, and a little too small to swap out stuff with Masterverse?
I think that this will end up being its own line. And I think part of the strategy here is to actually get them to fit in with like G.I. Joe Classified, Marvel Legends, and because a lot of people like to crossplay. A lot of people like to mix their characters together for, you know, scenes that, if you're a toy photographer, it's a dream come true, because toy photographers really like to mix worlds because they feel that certain characters fit better with other characters, or they've always had a dream matchup with characters from the Marvel Universe and Master Universe, right? Like, you know, one of the more popular YouTube channels has always been Death Battle, right? And you know, with Lion-O and with Master Universe and with so many other lines, right? People have always wanted to see these guys take each other on. So when the Thundercats crossover happened, so many people were very happy about it, right? How it was executed, though, still, you know, the aftermath of that will be determined afterwards. Same thing with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, so many different things. But yeah, I think that this will be its own line. I don't know if I ever wanted to swap. Well, maybe. I mean, like the obviously the chest harness looks really interesting. So does some of the costumes that they can remove. But yeah, kit bashing is a big thing.
Yeah, I might want to like put a regular classic power harness on Nicholas Galitzine figure and see what it looks like, you know. And I guess if you get the classics figure, you can do that if it turns out to be 6-inch. But a lot of people, I think a lot of people entered this fandom after classics, you know. All they know is Origins and Masterverse. And then if they looked at them on eBay, geez, He-Man's probably still $100 at least.
Oh, yeah, he's pricey.
Yeah. I don't know, Mike, does that bother you?
You know, obviously I'm a big 5.5 guy. I like Origins. I like vintage. the way that Mattel seems to be going, even the new Thundercats, they stand a little bit taller than your typical 5.5 because they're straight legged, a little bit narrower, a little bit thinner. And it almost looks that way with those. Like they look just slimmer overall, you know, they're not as bulky. So do I like it? Not necessarily, but I think it'll still work, you know, for the cherry picking and being able to switch around. I do agree that, you know, it's kind of a bummer. Like kit bashing is a huge thing. And I don't know if First Ones is going to have that Origins capability to just pop and swap the way Origins has. So that's kind of a missed opportunity, I feel like. But other than that, it doesn't necessarily bug me to the point where I'm like upset about it, you know?
That's a good point because you're right. There might not be any interchangeability across, you know, especially at that price point, right?
Right.
Mm. When you want to put Tila's head on He-Man,
that head, yeah, on a Filmation cartoon collection Tila.
Look who it is! Play Motu.
Heyo.
I'm gonna buy them. I'm gonna buy them all at $9.99. Yeah, Sean. I guess as okay, there's no way we can reset and sell us main characters all over again. Yeah, so that's the fear, right?
They always do. That's what they always do.
What's the definition of Chronicles? I mean, different stories, right? Stories, legend, tales, right? Something like that. Yeah. So that's the fear, right? Just like the name Masterverse, that they're going to start releasing after the movie, you know, different types. This is the killer thing, guys. If you're a fan of the 1987 movie, okay, we were finally getting deep in that line. You know, we never got a movie Evil Lynn before. We never got a movie Beastman before, you know, and we got teases of a movie Man at Arms and a movie Tila. And don't tell us.
But that might be this part of the special releases, though, right? They sort of mentioned that there are special releases, right? So
yeah, because Blade was Mattel Creations, right? I don't think he was in retail anywhere.
Blade was Blade was
retail. Yeah. Blade was retail. He was not. What you're thinking that because he unceremoniously made an appearance in freaking a revealed event, and you won the damn thing, and it wasn't even announced.
I didn't know.
Just this like, oh hey, we're giving this away, and guess who wins it? Freaking Mike of a 10-year royalty. What a moment, man!
My fingers are crossed right now. I put in to be actually in the crowd this year.
Yeah, because you're local. That'd be awesome. And that actually probably reduces the crowd size. You know, once you realize they're not flying you in, they're not giving you a hotel, they're not giving you food. That yeah, I can see you getting in there, Mike. That'd be awesome. Nice. Let's see. Brick says, which again, Masterverse implies that it spanned all of Motu. They even did CGI and movie stuff, kind of commendable from a Jedi style certain point of view. Yeah.
A certain point of view.
I like that. So what I said is true.
But I get the frustration if you're looking to complete teams sublines. Yeah. Well, actually, I mean, so many of the sublines just stopped. Like the CG, we only got He-Man and Skeletor. Princess of Power, different from New Etheria. I think we got 6, maybe. Ended with Leech, I think.
You got Leech, Frosta, She-Ra, Hordak.
Catra. With the holes in the side, you know, where our hood fit in. Right. And we got Leech and Grizzlor. Yeah. Yeah. So a lot of people were disappointed that didn't continue, but my guess is if it was selling well, they would have continued. You know, same thing with Revolution. People really want that Uber He-Man and that Uber Tila, but you know, if you look at what was that great wave, the Battle Armor Skeletor, Green Sorceress Tila, I think, from Masters of the Universe. What was it called? Was it called Green Sorceress? What was it called? But you know what I'm talking about.
The Green Goddess?
Which one are we talking about?
Yeah. The green Tila, but I don't think it was called Green Goddess. I don't think it was called.
It was like a snake Tila looking thing.
Oh no, you're talking about the one from the
Masters of the Universe Revolution.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no. That's part of the Tri-Sorceress. She was the Havoc Sorceress. I'm not sure.
Havoc Sorceress.
Yeah, she was some sort of like.
I see the box way up there. I think it says Sorceress, just Sorceress. But if you look at stuff like that Man at Arms that they offered, the white suit Man at Arms, I think you can get it for
Man War.
The last time I checked, you could get it for less than list price still on eBay. So I don't know. And Keldor,
it just says Sorceress Tila. That's all it says. It's weird.
Yeah. And
so so they had two Sorceress Tilas then, because there was the actually there was the first Sorceress Tila, and then there's this Sorceress Tila. Man, some of these naming conventions are really weird.
Like Jay, that was my biggest bone. There was like 9 Skeletors, even though we called it Horde Prime Skeletor and Standard Skeletor, and all the different Skeletors they had. Like the new Eternia Skeletor just said Skeletor, and we had like 8 or 9 Skeletors that just said Skeletor. And even though the Barbarian Skeletor, right? Why didn't they put it on the box? They didn't. It was just packaged as Skeletor.
Yeah, this is just here. If you want to throw these up, these are so strange to see, because again, it's just a funny thing. Hey, where'd it go? Hold on. Sorry, let me just.
Yeah, all I see is He-Man.
Yeah, give me a second. Hold on. So check this out. So this is Sorceress Tila, right?
Yeah.
But then there's also there's also Sorceress Tila. That is just I love it. I do, but it's just what the hell.
Yeah.
And then I'm hoping that at least with the Tri-Sorceress, if they ever make the Tri-Sorceress, I'm hoping they make the Tri-Sorceress. You know what I mean? Because that would at least be really, really neat. And there's still one more Sorceress, right? There's Havoc Sorceress.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I was going to say, we got 2 of the 3 right there.
Yeah.
Just need the third and then all combined.
And this one is the hardest to get. Like, she was impossible. I had her on pre-order. Entertainment Earth canceled my order, and there was no chance on getting her. Like, she is like, she's going to be very hard to get, this one. Just like Web Store. Web Store is impossible to get.
So I think that wave was Battle Armor Skeletor, it was Sorceress Tila, it was Merman, New Eternia Merman, which is one of my favorite figures from New Eternia of all time, and then that Man at Arms one, and then in the white Iron Man suit, and it just didn't catch with people. So, and it's a shame. So I suspect we're not going to get any more Revolution Masterverse figures. I mean.
It's been too far after the show for them to go back to that.
You know what? Toys are funny because, like, if you like stores, sometimes they'll just do something like so random in the middle of nowhere. But yeah, it's other than these special characters, I think that's our biggest hope right now. That special releases means, maybe a Tri-Sorceress, maybe a movie Tila, maybe a movie Man at Arms from '87. You know what I mean? Like. I would really like an updated version of Gwildor. That's just not me. That's not just me saying that. I would love a movie version. I'm so relieved that I have the classics version. Like, and that was crazy because I got that one. I was so lucky to get that one. BBTS was having a fire sale, and it literally was the last Gwildor, and he was like $12.
Yep.
And I was like, I'm not passing that up. I didn't even know it was there. Until they actually announced the fire sale, I had no idea they had stock.
I think they're selling around 60, 65 right now on the
well, I don't care. I'm not selling this thing. This is mine.
No. I mean, what you got, that was a good deal. What you paid for, because they're pretty expensive now. But I guess the point, anything could happen, and they're not closing the book on Masterverse. At least they're not saying it publicly. They're closing the book, and my guess is they're at least going to continue with the vintage collection. But hopefully you never know. Yeah, we might see some new Eternia releases, And someone also mentioned in the community forum, I think it was Mighty Thanos of emania.com. He said, I know petitions don't usually work, but we could try a petition here, because they did listen about the snake lair, right? They listened to fan response about how pissed off they were with the original large design.
Right.
That
maybe this is one of the situations where a petition might work. And when I read that, I was like, maybe,
No, you know what? What's the harm? Just do it. Like, why even question it, right? The worst that could happen is they actually do it, right? So let's do it.
Sean says, I just can't believe there is no Orko toy sighting yet. Yeah.
Don't worry. The Panther was a fake, so I'm pretty sure someone's gonna fake an Orko.
I know, right? We're gonna see an AI version of it before we see the real thing for sure.
So these are the official packaging. If so, I prefer the first one shown. Maybe Mitchell means the Chronicles. Yeah. So Pedro, hello from Portugal. Hello, Jay, Mike, and AJ. Or Steve, Mitch, and Colin. Captain Zombie. They remind me of the new DC figures that are coming from Mattel. I don't know. I haven't seen those.
Yeah, I suppose they have a similar look. Sure.
Citadel says hello. Good to see. Or Citadelli. Look at that. Steven. Hey, dudes. My name or Stefan. And I'm a huge He-Man fan. And I can't wait for the 5th of June. He-Man rocks. Yeah, we can't wait too, man. It's going to get crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's why Motuniverse is going to be fun. And I think that guest announcement is next, but we got to get through some comments real quick here. So, I guess, am I saying, all I am saying is they could do a soft reset with staying with 7 inches, but no, that's a point, right? I mean, you just come out with Chronicles, it's a 7-inch, it pairs with your Masterverse figures, and it's just, it's just different packaging, different line, but see that? Nolan B&B, hi all, good to see you. Mitchell says, so will Mattel continue the 80s film line? I hope so. That's what we were just talking about. Yeah. Jeez, we need a Tila. I need a Tila.
Yes. We need Duncan too, man. You know what? Screw it. I want Kevin and I want Julie. Come on. Give me the freaking no, you know what?
Skeletor's Trooper.
I will omit all of those. I will omit all of those. I want a Lubick. If I get a Lubick, I will
Detective Lubick.
I will sacrifice everybody else. I just want Lubick. That's all I want. I want Lubick with a shotgun. That would be
all right. All right. By the way, there was a great custom
and a half Cadillac.
Half Cadillac. That'd be awesome.
But I will fight you on this, Jay. I will not sacrifice all of them. Man at Arms, Tila for Detective
I want Lubick. I want Lubick. You know what? No. I'm gonna say I want Strickland. Okay, like I'll go ahead. I'll go ahead and take a Strickland. All right. Forget Lubick now. I want a Strickland. Okay, I want Mr. Strickland. He can take a place of Lubick.
I wonder if there's like the Back to the Future. What is that? Who's Strickland? I forget.
He's the teacher. He's the teacher. Okay. Bunch of slackers.
Was there a Back to the Future line?
No, never.
Never. Okay.
There have been AI teases now. Yeah. I'm hoping NECA takes up that challenge. I'm hoping NECA takes up a Back to the Future line because they did. They had Marty. They had Biff. They had a Griff. They've had they didn't do 3 though, but they've never released Lubick for whatever reason, and I've always wanted Lubick. They didn't even do Jennifer. Jennifer hasn't been released yet either, so it's kind of weird.
So if they took, there'd be a lot of customs if they took that, made a principal figure, being the same actor,
He could be slacker.
Slacker.
He could be from Top Gun. He could be from Top Gun. He could be, you know what?
Teen Wolf.
Yeah.
Was he? I didn't
he was
remember that.
Wasn't he one of the principal or something in Teen Wolf? Pretty sure he was.
Definitely Back to the Future.
No, you're thinking Back to the Future. In Teen Wolf, it happened at the same time. He was not Back to the Future. No.
You say you're a slacker.
He was not in Teen Wolf. He was not in Teen Wolf. No.
Walmart doesn't even give He-Man action figures the respect it deserves. Maybe it's a demographic of the store, but I've noticed how the figures are treated.
So there are two trains of thought on that because it's been one. I think Mattel has to actually buy a section for their toys, and they get to choose what is populated in there.
Yeah.
So I don't know why they haven't been here in Canada. They just like purchasing managers have given up on that. But it is strange if that's the case.
James McCrell. Totally off. I was way off.
Yeah, no. I was like, Teen Wolf? No, he wasn't in there. They were happening at this exact. It's very much the same time, and Marty and the guy from Teen Wolf are very similar in so much that it is Michael J. Fox, right? So.
I do believe, John, that Walmart is going to. The movie line figures are going to be different. This is a major motion summer, $200 million blockbuster picture, hopefully blockbuster picture, So unlike more Origins and Masterverse, which is more niche, right? The fact that this is a movie line, I think every Walmart is going to have these action figures, I believe, stocked on the shelves. I really do.
Every San Diego Walmart except one does not carry any Motu figures. It's actually depressing. Where they used to, and they were removed.
Since this is a movie, I think it'll be a little different.
I'm in agreement with JJ. I think the movies change everything. Movies tend to change everything because when a purchasing manager hears, "Oh, this is going to be in a movie," they're like, "Oh, okay, well, obviously we're going to buy that."
Every single one of the Walmarts now carries that Kong versus Godzilla Empire line. So yeah.
Masters of the Universe Classic says, I was thinking earlier, I know it won't happen, but if the guy who plays He-Man in the movie also does a scene where he plays Blue Faker in the movie, can you imagine?
I could totally see Skeletor conjuring up just like some sort of like really quick. It might happen for like 2 seconds, but I can really see him conjuring up a doppelganger really quick just to like throw He-Man off or one of his allies, and I think that would be enough to say that Faker was in the movie. I think that would be kind of neat.
And someone has a question for Jay. Jay, if the movie does well, do you think we'll get a Thundercats movie?
Nolan, what the hell, man? You watch everything. You watch everything I do. So, yes, of course I did. I've gone on record saying that if this movie does well, Thundercats is next. Like 100%, Thundercats is next. Now, will it actually get to production? Because there's the thing. Like they've talked about Thundercats movies forever, right? And me being cynical, I said I believe it's coming up to 2 years now. I'll believe it when I see it, right? But this gives it a much better fighting chance to actually get greenlit. Now, will it actually end up being mutated cats on Earth? That's actually a big possibility too, which is absolutely horrible. So,
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, clearly, Barbie, laid down the path of their success for Masters of the Universe. If Barbie wasn't successful, we wouldn't be getting Masters of the Universe.
I agree.
I wouldn't put it all on the shoulders of Masters of the Universe, but a lot of it. I think Voltron as well, considering how well that's
Voltron doesn't exist. That thing it's vaporware. It is a
screening.
That is some sort of rumor. That was a rumor started by some producer like way back in the day. Henry Cavill lost a bet and had to say that he's actually being in the movie. It thing does not exist.
They actually showed other actors in the movie when that little screening ad.
That was AI. That was all AI. None of them were there. It was an experiment. Absolutely not.
But if both of those do well and John Cena's not Hot Wheels, Matchbox movie does well, then yeah, I think Thundercats is definitely prime. Actually, and they'll probably reboot G.I. Joe. They'll probably
that's rough. Hasbro's having a hard time these days with their movies. Like here's the thing. Here's the measuring stick I have for Hasbro. If they were willing to drop Transformers, they have more problems with their movie their movie division than we can calculate, because Transformers is like the golden egg. Like I can't believe they actually stopped at cold turkey. That's a And while it was actually still going up, the Rise of the Beast by far was not the worst Transformers movie ever. I mean, there's some pretty big stinkers out there, but
what was that animated one that was really good? But
Transformers 1. Transformers 1 was excellent.
That was good. That was really good.
Absolutely. Well, no, it was very good, but it reminded me of Dread, another great movie. Which not the real problem. Stallone one, the other one.
Yeah, what's his name? Carl Urban.
Yeah, and that bombed, but everyone loved it.
Yeah. The real problem with 1 is they marketed it literally for kids, right? And which was great, but the problem is the whole movie felt like it was made for us. More of the mature audience. The end was dark as F. Oh my god, the end was freaking ridiculous. I mean, how he dispatches
Spoilers.
Okay, I know I was about to say it. I'm gonna stop there. But what he does at the end, and I didn't even say who I'm talking about, but what happens at the end is ridiculous. Two people, like he takes out 2 people at the end. Like that's crazy. But it felt very much like a retelling of the whole idea of Cybertron. And
Yeah.
it could have been the start. It could have been the start of something new. And what really did not help it was those little web series that they came up with, which literally were for kids. Have you ever seen any of those? Those little web shorts? They're terrible.
Yeah.
They're absolutely horrible.
Well,
even for kids, they're kind of like what? Who's like counting games? Like what the hell? Like seriously, it was just a weird overall marketing scheme for that one.
We're going to be getting some animated shorts for the movie.
Please, I know. I'm really hoping. I'm really hoping for this. I'm really excited.
Yeah. Let's see.
Is it anime related though? I think you reported on He-Manics.com it was anime related or something like that.
No, well, we first thought it was just going to be an animated series. Like, is this on Netflix? Is Powerhouse Animation doing it? And then someone reached out to me who's definitely in the know and said, I wouldn't get your hopes up about an actual animated series, but more like, smaller shorts. And they said to me, and I'm just paraphrasing, animated series doesn't mean it's on a streaming service,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But think about this. Have you guys are either of you Overwatch fans?
Not really. No.
Okay.
I mean, I haven't given it a chance yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah.
You actually don't have to be an Overwatch fan to enjoy the visual journey that they've taken a lot of the fans on. Like, if you actually watch any of the trailers that they made for Overwatch, it's like watching a freaking movie, man. It's crazy. Do yourselves a favor, type in Overwatch trailers and just watch from the beginning of it to the to where they are now. It's literally like watching a miniature movie every single time you turn it on, and it has been great for the franchise. I'm really hoping that they go along that route because these tiny little small origin story bites, they are fascinating because they're like so many. It's like Avengers on steroids in terms of like team ups and stuff, and it's hard to figure out who's who. But these tiny little like origin bites that they've made really help flesh out the story and really help to get people engaged. It started out with the very first one where they're in a museum, and then it just took off from there. Like it was crazy. Do yourselves a favor, take a look at Overwatch, like the origin stories. Really great, really crazy.
Jay, we have another contribution to your channel here.
Jay, the scene battleship and fell through the ceiling gets burritos is real life. What? Snell, what are you talking about?
Jay, the scene battleship and fell through the ceiling getting burritos is real life Navy.
Are you talking about Battleship? Are you talking about the movie Battleship from Hasbro? The scene Battleship and fell through the ceiling getting burritos is real life Navy. I love Snell. Snell's been a huge supporter of my channel, and he's a great guy. I've met him in person. Thanks. I was blessed to meet him in person. But bro, please come on, organize that one. That one. That's like really it could be the movie Battleship from Hasbro, which we were talking about. It could be a scene from a movie, which again we were talking. But I need to know. Can you please just I don't know what
that was definitely a $5 comment. I appreciate that.
You got me all confused and I just finished a convention. I'm tired. I have no idea how to stitch that one back together.
Pedro Lopez says, "Will Mondo be doing movie figures?" I would love that. There was
sweet, but probably not anytime soon. I would think.
So they've done movie figures. They have McCleary from The Thing, and he looks awesome, right? Have you guys seen McCleary from The Thing?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he looks good.
I think. Well, I wonder. I was assuming Pedro meant the '87 movie, but it's possible Pedro.
I thought 2026. Movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I was thinking 2026 as well. But if they do the original '87 movie, which truthfully I'm not sure how. That's kind of like saying, hey, and it's kind of that double-edged sword because so many people like crap on Batman '89, but whenever something Batman '89 comes out, people buy it in droves, right? Mm-hmm. So there are people there that definitely loves people who love the franchise. But I think that this movie has a better chance of having movie figures connected to it than the other one. We're very lucky, as AJ said, to be getting any Masterverse figures for the movie 87, and those did really well as far as I can tell.
Yeah, they're certainly valuable. They certainly don't seem to make enough, do they? So, real Skeletor and Panther looks insane. That's AI. We talked about that earlier.
Because it is insane. It's not real.
Yeah, it is insane.
And whoever creates that and fools people, are they giggling? Does this make them happy when they see?
No, I don't think that that's what they're doing. I think that they are truly. I think that people. I
think some people try to fool people. I really.
Okay, true. But in this sense, I think people really want this to happen. You know what I mean? I think that people are feel like, oh, let me look up what it would look like if we had a Skeletor Panther, and then that goes viral on its own, right? So
they could always include concept or AI concept, on the end, so people know. Because next thing you know, we already have 2 comments already. People looking forward to Skeletor and Panther.
It's true. You're right. They should be very transparent, but oftentimes they're just people who are just posting things because they think it's cool, right? So
I would agree.
Torpedo Boy says, "Don't hate on reaction and the original Star Wars 3 3/4 toys." Not cool.
I'm not hating on. Well, I don't think any of us said that we're hating on that. What the hell, man?
Yeah, I just said that they weren't like that. That they have more articulation. I own a bunch of the reactions.
Such a hater.
I think it was when I said that they sort of look like Play-Doh. I think that's what
and then I said, "Oh, they're not like reaction." And then you said they don't look like the original Star Wars.
Okay, like calm down, Torpedo Boy. Like we're just talking here.
Philippe, AI is killing the real fun news. Well, yeah, it's definitely making it harder. So
I think I saw Snell. Oh, there it is. There's Snell's. If you take a look at the second last comment,
Battleship.
Okay. I don't want to lose. Okay, here we are.
You can star a bunch of stuff if you want.
Holy crap, we got a lot. There it is.
Jay, the first scene where he falls through the ceiling getting a girl burritos is probably based on a true story. I am thinking that you are talking about the movie Battleship. So that is awesome. If that's actually based on a true story, I would love to be a fly on the wall to see that actually happening. Because if that actually happened in the Navy, that is crazy, dude. That is crazy. And Snell is a serviceman. So again, thank you for your service, Snell. But that would have been an awesome thing to happen.
Nolan said Panther might not be, but I heard Oracle will be. Okay.
According to He-Manics.com, you can find out. Head over to that article and read whether or not Oracle is in the movie.
He scared me for a second.
Don't you say it.
Some people don't want to know, but yes, if you go to He-Mania.com and it's clearly marked with spoilers.
Guys, subscribe to He-Mania.com if you want the up-to-date latest information for everything Master of the Universe. You got to go to He-Mania.com.
81 Eternal says, "I get the Just for Kids version. My son has Origins. I'm into Masterverse, so I get that." Okay, yeah, that's great, and especially at that price point, it's not going to break your wallet. If you get those for your kids.
Yeah, and if it falls through, then you know what? 4 times the cost, you can get some incredible Mondo figures, right?
Sure.
So we're and they're 1/6 scale, so. We have choices, guys. We have choices.
Yeah. What is that? Okay. Sorry. Kirk, thanks for the debunk. So I'm gullible with that. I'm so gullible. No, you're not.
No, you're not. No. It fooled me.
Good.
It fooled. I was half awake. I was like, holy crap. I wanted to hit share. And I'm like, let me just check on this really quick. It's just one of those things, right? I could not find it on Entertainment Weekly anywhere. And the fact that He-Mania.com, Toy Happens, none of these sites had reported on it. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to wait until somebody actually tells me what's going on. And then all of a sudden, Canal dos Minero said, no, this is AI. So I was like, all right.
Yeah.
So you're not gullible. No, you are not gullible.
Guys, I'm 40 minutes behind in comments. We got a lot.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
What I tend to do and not like to do is if I see somebody's name that I don't reckon that we haven't said, I just grab that and say, hey, here, and That way, everyone gets a chance.
Wrestling Zero Origins has 16 points of articulation, and supposedly these only have 14. I'm curious if we're getting Origins movie figures that are vintage inspired. Well, maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah.
A lot of people have been asking for the Blade, for Zarad, for Gwildor, just to finish off the original line of Origins figures, right?
Yeah, every checklist I see has them included.
Yeah, it's very important for many completionists to see that completed. And we actually have there was a posting recently on MattelCreations.com. Their calendar lists a February date, and a lot of people are wondering: is it Twistoid? Is it sorry, what's the other guy's name? There's Twistoid, and then there's
Rotar or something. I don't know. I never owned these guys as kids. So
and there they are, right? So, yeah. Somebody remind me, what is that guy's name? There's Twistoid, and then there's that guy.
And then who's that guy? Another Snake Man?
I know, a new Snake Man. I love it. I love it teasing us with new characters, but somebody in the comments, tell me who is the 2-pack. Twistoid, and who's the other guy? I know one of you guys know.
Micah! Hey, Micah! I think these look good for the low price point figures. Yeah, I agree too. Yeah. There's so much hating going on Tila here, but not me. Who's ready for Motuniverse Con? Oh, Bro Man. I know Bro Man.
Yeah.
Bro Man's the man.
Bro Man does this terrific.
Rotar. Rotar. It's Rotar. Twistoid and Rotar.
Okay. Bro Man does this terrific custom stuff, like really different custom stuff, like horror Motu.
Oh,
yeah. So we chat, and Bro Man is definitely coming to Motuniverse, which is awesome. So Citadelli, it's weird they would make 3 lines all the same size, but if the first ones are 12 Origins,
maybe 1/12.
Okay. Yeah. Let me go through some of these and see if I see some different names. I can't pronounce it. Lost to
Boss 1K. Something like that. Yeah.
Yep. Lost says, my concern is that Mattel doesn't finish the vintage Origins because of the movie figures. We're so close to being finished, and vintage Origins versions of the figures from the original line.
They promised us, so if they don't, the backlash will be like unleashing hell.
I hear you, but that doesn't usually phase big companies. But no, I think that they'll do it because they are so close, right? They are very, very close. And they've already given us the weirder characters anyway. We've already gotten Modulok, and we just got Multibot, right? Those are the hardest characters to get. I don't think they would. I think honestly, if it wasn't for the Amazon connection, they would not have tried to do those two, right? Because Amazon took the brunt of the orders on that one, right? So that was really helpful for them, right?
So, Dude Stuff says hello, everyone. Hey, Dude Stuff.
I like that guy's username.
Dude Stuff.
Yeah, what's up, Dude Stuff. We're doing Dude Stuff.
Gabriel begs, why are they calling Chronicles line Chronicles? We assume so they could do other lines, not just the movie.
And there are actual theories that they might actually start releasing the 87 movie again through Chronicles, which would be interesting.
Yep. Let's try to Motu Pritz, Masterverse, New Eternia gets good, and they end it. Laugh out loud, Mattel. Well, we don't know that for sure, and there's some in the pipeline for this year. Yep. So they're I guess in the manufacturing process, or maybe even the tail end of the manufacturing.
Yep. And then they were saying possibly some special releases in 2027. So again, we're still not done with Masterverse just yet.
Yep. Let's see. Did we say hello to? Yes, we did. Just trying to go through these. What day is it? Trump Day. I just want them to finish off the main horde and Snake Man figures for Masterverse. Yeah, I hope one of the ones in the pipeline is Cobra Khan. They have teased Snout Spout. You guys, Snout Spout came with that diorama. That cardboard diorama, the Masterverse New Eternia Snout Spout. So that was 2 years ago, I think, when they teased Cobra Khan. So yeah.
Wait, teased? You mean just a Masterverse Cobra Con because they already had a Cobra Con, didn't they?
They did a new Eternia one, I guess, right?
Yeah, they did a new.
Wait, what am I saying?
Are you talking about King Hiss?
King Hiss. Thank you.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Thank you. King Hiss is on the diorama of Stout Spout. And
that's
right.
Correct.
You know, yes. So he's been teased since years ago. So I'm hoping one of the ones in the pipeline is King Hiss. So Micah says, I think these look. Oh, we already got there. Wow, we scrolled up some. Okay.
It might have been posted twice. That happens sometimes.
Yeah. If I see any other different names.
Super chat just came through, looks like.
Yeah. Change to scale down line is certainly related to Trump tariffs. Mattel has to make figures smaller and charge slightly more to turn a profit.
No, they're charging less though. $10 is cheaper than we've ever seen.
I don't agree with that statement at all.
Dave's dimension. Is it me or does He-Man's hair remind me of a live-action John Carter of Mars? Yeah.
You know, I can see where that comes from. I like John Carter from Mars. I thought it was a great film. It's too bad because it came down to marketing. The way they marketed it didn't fit with the movie when it finally came out, which is sad.
Jose, greetings from Mexico. A big hug.
Good to see you.
Hug to Jose. Hitchcock says hi, everyone. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm liking it.
Yeah.
See Hitchcock.
Yeah, we can see that. Jeez. Wow. Fiction fan. Fitch's collection is the main Masterverse I'm focusing on. Okay, great. It looks like that's most likely to continue on and on and on. And they have a lot of characters to do. So, and it'll be cool to get like vintage figures in style in 7-inch form. Imagine
I'll never see any of them.
Sorry. All right. At some point, this is really hard to catch up on.
Yeah,
so maybe we should hit the next topic, gentlemen.
Yeah. Would you just be able to highlight those two super chats really quickly, though?
Oh yeah. Let's take care of that. So we have Kella cosplays. Okay. Yesterday was amazing. Thanks again, everyone.
Thank you, Kella. Thank you again. You're amazing, brother. Thank you.
And then we have.
Was that a cosplayer? What did he cosplay?
They're a cosplayer, and I'm not sure they were cosplaying yesterday, but yeah, they were there. So.
Kella cosplays. Yep. Next up is Snowsword Jay. This scene battleship and fell through the ceiling.
That was the best.
Oh, that was the previous one. Sorry, guys.
It's okay.
Warren. Both movie figures look awesome.
They do. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm very excited.
And then is it Raceland? R-A-I. Wrestling? Okay, it's R-A-I-S, so I didn't know.
I think you're right. I think it's Raceland.
Raceland Zero. Laser Power He-Man was supposed to have a Dolph-like head sculpt, right? Maybe they could make it to the Origins movie line from Vintage Origins.
So that's interesting because the Masterverse head sculpt didn't look anything like
look like a Barbara.
Yeah, they wanted it to.
They did.
I do know they wanted it to, and they couldn't come to a deal with Dolph.
And yet they flew him all the way to San Diego that day. It was hilarious. It was a funny way Hollywood works. Yeah. Thanks, Wrestling. That was freaking awesome.
Okay.
Raceland.
All right, Mike. So take it, baby. What's going on with Motuniverse lately?
What's going on with
Motuniverse? Thank you, first off, all who purchased early bird tickets and to the vendors. Thank you guys. We got an amazing response. We're Jay and I just had a meeting this morning before going live, and we're on the right track, and we're very excited. We were talking about things he's learned from Action Figure Comic Con that we can apply to us. So really cool to kind of have that too, where we kind of learn from stuff going on beforehand. With that being said, we have a very, very exciting announcement today. This was one that I knew we had to have. Very special person to me. Was there for one of the probably greatest moments I have to say of my life. There's been a few. We've seen meeting my wife, marrying my wife, and things like that. But as far as like in this fandom, I was right up there. And I am talking about, I'll actually share that photo.
I have the photo ready.
The day I twinned out with her and her husband, Mark Taylor and Rebecca Taylor. That's right, guys. Rebecca Taylor will be coming to Motuniverse this May.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
She is a legend. She
Yes.
helps do all the artwork for Castle Grayskull, for Battle Ram. These are some of the most iconic things that we see in this, the spacesuit. Everyone loves that spacesuit. The dungeon. I have a T-shirt. I actually have a rug of the dungeon grade.
The dungeon is my favorite. Yeah.
All right. So yeah, we are extremely excited. Of course, we're gonna have her join others and do panels and all that kinds of stuff. So we're very honored and pleased. Finding out that she said yes got kind of brought tears to my eyes because she was one that I definitely wanted to be there. So very, very happy.
Yeah, I'm over the moon that we get. We're having such a rich history of Master Universe representation. Rudy Obrero, Rebecca Taylor. Everyone who can really give us behind the scenes insights as to what it was like. Creating this magical, property that we all love so much, and of course, just what it was like to be there and during the real magic, when it was at the height, the peak of its existence, right? Because truth be known, we're getting to those heights now, but we will never get to the true peak of 82, 83, 84. And like Master Universe was unstoppable around that time, right? They had the Macy's Day Parade, and floats and they were everywhere. But today I was reminded that they actually had a dance-off commercial from I think 4 years ago, which I thought was awesome. But yeah, to have Rebecca Taylor, wow, what an accomplishment! What an amazing. That's incredible.
Yeah, she's a legend, right? She's a legend of this brand, and so important. And we're gonna have so many iconic people. As I go through some of the announcements on He-Mania.com and Lindy Britt. What else we have here? The voice of She-Ra, Alan Oppenheimer. We can't believe how blessed that he's coming out. He's 95, right, Mike? I think 95.
He will. Yeah, he turns 96 in April. So during the con, he'll be 96.
Living legends, and then Rudy Obrera and Anthony DeLonghi and Blade, and then of course Rudy's art, so iconic, and then of course Mike Young. Look at that, Mike Young. The man responsible, series creator for the 2000X series, and so many legends coming out there. If anyone sees that icon to the left where it says "We Want You," might as well just mention that. It says join the team. Motuniverse, the ultimate He-Man and She-Ra celebration, is recruiting volunteers, and you can go to motuniversecon.com and sign up to be a volunteer and see what perks come out of that, and appreciate anyone who's willing to help. And now look at that, we have Rebecca Taylor to add to this growing list. So it's just fantastic. It's so exciting. It's just going to be so much Motu history, so much Motu legends, icons that we're going to be able to meet and celebrate with. That may be the biggest time ever Motu has ever experienced, other than, obviously 83, I guess, when Filmation started. And
80, yeah, I think, at the height, I would probably say 85 because they started bringing She-Ra. That was the first year of the Macy's Day Parade. So like 83 and 84 were really big, but 85 was that super height.
And maybe, if Zor willing, Masters Universe movie reaches the heights of Barbie, or comes close to $1 billion, maybe it's going to be even bigger thanks to this movie. I mean, yes, to us, to our childhood, the cartoon, right, the toys, it means so much to me, and it's us, and it's so big in regards to how we were brought up in our lives and the people we are today. And, the 87 movie didn't really have that impact. But if this thing is a huge blockbuster, like #1, like one of the biggest movies of the year, it might qualify as bigger than when the vintage toy came out. We'll just have to see. But this Motuniverse is happening right before the movie, guys. Right before the movie in June. It's Memorial Day weekend in California, and we'd love to see you there. All three of us are going there. Shane, also from Attorney 4, is going to be there as well. And but the true stars, including Rebecca, it's going to be so wonderful.
Live Attorney 4. Maybe we'll have a special guest for Attorney 4 or something. Maybe try to get one of these awesome guests to join us.
That would be so amazing. So,
and I just posted on Motuniverse's official Instagram. It is official.
Oh, I think Jay wants me to share something here. So
I mean, this is a trailer for all the other guests that are coming. But guys, we really want to see you guys there. It's going to be a celebration. As I said, the Attorney Thor will be there, and we will be doing a live stream show. It's going to be freaking awesome. But if you're interested in all the other guests who are coming, and of course how you can get tickets and become an exhibitor, check out this video because it's Masters of the Universe in 2026. It's never been in public consciousness more than it has been right now. As a matter of fact, guys, join us for Motuniverse. This is the Masters Universe convention that's happening at the Torrance Marriott in Redondo Beach, California, May 23rd to 24th, Memorial Day weekend. Yeah, hold on for a
second.
It's freaking amazing.
I don't see it.
Have some amazing guests that are coming. Hold on. Why is it
just close your eyes and visualize it?
It won't even let me remove it. What's weird? That was a weird one.
And Rebecca has already accepted being a collaborator on it. She's awesome.
That is incredible.
That is awesome.
That is incredible. Here, try this one instead.
Okay.
I got it. Okay. Wait. Now it's one. That doesn't want to catch up. Hold on for a second. All right, here we go. So, share screen, window, and then there. Okay. Seeing my weird, jazzed out face. So there we go. All right.
There we go.
There's another
one.
Now we can't hear.
Oh, man.
Yeah, okay. I shared the what's it called? It's kind of like StreamYard is kind of funny that way. Let me do it this way. I got it now. This time I got it. Famous last words.
And we're waiting. And we're waiting.
There you go.
All right. Third time's the charm? Let's see.
Third time's the charm. Let's make this happen. Masters of the Universe in 2026. It's never been in public consciousness more than it has been right now. As a matter of fact, guys, join us for Motuniverse. This is the Masters Universe convention that's happening at the Torrance Marriott in Redondo Beach, California, May 23rd to 24th, Memorial Day weekend. It's freaking amazing. We have some amazing guests that are coming this year. Mike Young of Mike Young Productions. Mike Young, of course, is the man who led the way bringing He-Man and the Master Universe to television. I really want to find out how he got the censors to greenlight the melting face. Seriously, how did miss out on your chance to meet Mike Young at Motuniverse 2026? Rudy Obrero, the wonderful packaging designer for the original Master Universe. Toy line paintings are on Castle Grayskull, Battle Cat, the Wind Raider. We have Blade from the 1987 movie, Anthony DeLongis. He is going to be there doing a weapons demonstration. It's going to be freaking awesome. I can't wait to be able to meet him in person. It's going to be great. And of course, the great Alan Oppenheimer. This is going to be an amazing opportunity. He doesn't do too many conventions anymore. He's getting up in age. To be able to have a chance to meet him. And he didn't just do the voice of Skeletor. He did the voice of Battle Cat, Man-at-Arms, freaking Valkor, the Dragon. He did Mighty Mouse. This is nuts to be able to have this type of attorney royalty at the show. Is incredible. And speaking of Eternia royalty, the Princess of Power herself, the Princess of Eternia, Melindy Britt, the voice of She-Ra, will also be joining us. What
awesome.
Incredible lineup. And of course, with the Master Universe 1987 movie again, William Stout, the designer who made the look for He-Man, Tila, Man at Arms, of course, Gwildor. He created Gwildor's look. It was freaking awesome. Come to Motuniverse 2026. Meet Stop person, writer guest of honor Tim Sheridan, who's worked on multiple comic books, and of course the production for Master Universe Revelation Revolution, multiple different cartoons and movies, television. He'll be talking about his brand new secret project for Master Universe at Motuniverse 2026. Definitely come and meet Tim Sheridan at the show, and of course writer Joshua Skye, who's literally writing the lore of Master Universe in the comics. It's going to be freaking epic. You can get tickets at motuniversecon.com. The early bird registration is happening right now. You can save quite a bit of money right now on Motuniverse.
Just ended.
Get them directly from the ticket
Early bird unfortunately has
on
ended as of
Motuniverse,
yesterday.
And if you are an exhibitor and are looking to get a table, definitely head over to motuniversecon.com. Sign up, become an exhibitor. And guys, spaces are going fast. The hotel, of course, is at the Torrance Marriott, Redondo Beach in California, May 23rd to 24th. You can actually book your stay on motuniversecon.com. Just click on the link here and send you to
I actually just got a message from someone
reserve
that
your hotel,
booked,
so you
rooms
can
are still
celebrate with
available.
us as we celebrate Master Universe in 2026. We're going to have a huge Master Universe movie celebration, so it's going to be the place to celebrate Master Universe in 2026. More guests, more events. It's going to be freaking crazy. Yeah, guys, we hope to see you at Motuniverse 2026. Mike, AJ, all of us, the entire Motuniverse team, we are absolutely thrilled. And of course, Rebecca Taylor has just joined the roster, and I can't. I'm speechless. I'm speechless.
Right.
What she means to this event is everything, really. Like, the history of Master Universe. And we're not done yet, guys. There's actually even more. Believe it or not, there's more announcements coming along the pipeline, and we'll let you guys know as soon as that happens. It's crazy.
It's crazy. All right, let's get to a couple more comments real quick. Is the Masterverse brand going to merge with the Chronicles line? I don't think so. Clearly, we know there's more Masterverse coming. Motu Drew got here late, but appreciate you guys doing these. Thanks, buddy. We appreciate you. Gray Skull Zombie says, give us Motu 87 God Skeletor.
Got him in classics.
I know.
I know, but they got to be like $100 to $200.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, somewhere up there.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
John Brooks, guys.
All the way from Ireland. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you.
Could we ever see a CGI Masters movie? I think so.
I mean, we're getting to the point where these guys are making. I watched the other day this like AI Star Wars little 9-minute short about Luke Skywalker finding the Kyber crystal, and it was amazingly done. Like I was like, wow, this is really good. And that was where I was like, okay, almost with AI, where it was like these people can expand on stories and get their creativity out. They don't have the money and budget to do that kind of stuff, but they created something really cool. And I could see a fan doing that with Motu easily, and having the characters really be representative to their toy counterparts.
What I saw this fan film for a Dragon Ball Z retelling of Goku's story, and it was done by a kid here in Canada. And this was not AI. This was actually like he had a whole team working on it, and what he was able to pull off was just absolutely thrilling. There are a lot of fans out there like Daniel Benedict, who, again, this year we have not only one film, we have 2 films to look forward to.
True.
Right? We have the Fall of Grayskull 2. And given the chance and budget, right? That's the difference. Given the chance, the budget, and everything like that, fans can really do something truly special. There was a fan film called, I believe it's Axanar, from the Star Trek fans. And it was so good. The premise of it was so advanced that it actually prompted Paramount to request a cease and desist, because they did not want they did not want it to be outside of the canon. They wanted it to be more canonical, and having this side story that was created by fans wasn't in making, like, they didn't want it to confuse the brand, which was sad. You know what I mean? It's sad that people and companies and other things don't want other fans to really get involved and make that. But I understand where they're coming from. They have a brand to protect. They have a whole, and what it was crazy too, because they ended up sending them a whole documentation about what to use and what not to use, and it was a crazy time for fandom at the time. But we are reaching that level of technology now where regular people can make some amazing things, and AI, sadly. And I saw that film, by the way, the one you're talking about, Mike. It was incredible. It was incredible.
Yeah,
it is.
I mean, I'm not out here trying to promote AI. I am not a fan of AI for the most part, but like if I was given tools where they're like, hey, Mike, you can make this Motu movie. I'm not an artist. I can't draw. I can't, I am not a director. But if I have these tools that allow me to tell a story and I can share with people, that's cool. That's the only real reason why I'm okay with some of, AI's here, whether we like it or not. I'm sorry to say that, but it is. So we have to learn to accept it in certain forms. But where I don't like it is when, it's taking other, what was that artist, Quimbley or something, where it was like they literally were taking his art and recreating it with different things.
There is the slippery slope because AI doesn't know.
That's not cool.
But there's a slippery slope because AI, that's all AI does, because it's not creative. AI in itself is not creative. AI has to sample from pieces of the internet, and actually it uses those to create, right? Which is why it's able to take photorealistic images from the original Mark Hamill shots.
Right.
Now I can build on this, right? But there's no condoning. None of us are condoning anything. We just have to acknowledge, though, that this is real and that this is something that can be utilized as a tool, as an idea generator.
I don't want to go down this rabbit hole right now. I have a lot to say about it. This is better, okay? You need to do this, Mike, for Motuniverse. If Mike paints himself blue, he could be killed.
Yes, I agree.
Come on.
We had a wonderful Navi cosplayer yesterday at the show. Holy crap! I regret not taking a photo. And I hope somebody took photos. And of course, I have no doubt they took photos. So I'm hoping to see them very soon because she looked incredible.
Let's give Mike a chance. Mike, will you show up at Motuniverse as Keldor?
Paint myself blue?
Will you be the blue Smurf? Come on.
Smurf it up, baby.
Smurf it up.
Show off those abs.
Just make sure you buy the paint which can wash off, because I've seen horror stories of Smurf guys to go into Smurf parties and not being able to wash it off for 3 days. It'll be horrible. You have to go to work the next week.
Don't use house paint, Mike.
He'll be dead by the afternoon, dude. House paint's not going to work out that way. Thank you, Rick.
Gothic dude says as long as the CGI movie isn't done by Kevin Smith.
Okay. Like seriously, I loved Revelation and I loved Revolution. People got to give it more of a chance. Like seriously, I thought it was great.
Ara says, "Oh wow, you got an amazing addition in Rebecca Taylor." Yeah, great. Billy says, "Hey now, good afternoon, all. Motu Renaissance for sure." Yeah,
definitely is.
By the way, I wanted to give a huge shout out to Chris, who got us in touch with Rudy and Rebecca. He's been instrumental in helping us get additional guests. So thank you, Chris. Appreciate it, man.
Right. Masterverse price point versus Chronicles price point from Joseph, just $1 more.
It did, didn't it?
So yeah, see, we could really get into this here. A fiction fan AI's theft, some real artists. So let's not get into that.
Yeah, I'm like, it's a double-edged sword. I know. I'll tell you right now, I'm kind of gonna have the stance of San Diego Comic-Con, and I really don't want AI at Motuniverse. I will tell you that right now.
I just brought up Micah's chat.
I love Micah. Micah's awesome. I love it.
There you go.
No, but you said you don't want AI at Motuniverse.
So no showing that, buddy. Sorry.
For your eyes only, Mike. For your eyes only.
Yes. So even when I report, even if I report it on AI, real artists reach out to me, and
don't give it the time of day, kind of thing.
Yes. Yeah, it's tough. I have used AI enhanced photos because it's really fuzzy, right? And there have been enough people who've been very critical about that, and I don't disagree. That's one thing, and given a chance,
Yeah.
of course, we'll update that.
I mean, Brick, you make a good point. Of course, I would write the story and everything. I'm just thinking to show things visually. I don't know.
Well, that's the scary
I
world
don't
we're
have
living
that.
in because, you know, with He-Mania.com, all of that art is all done with me on my phone with a stylus. So no AI with He-Mania.com. And I don't write with AI either, but bringing up writing, I hate now that I'm pulling up Gmail and it offers to write for you. It offers to correct stuff for you. And I'm like, this is going to make people dumb, you know, the younger generations, you know,
that's already a thing. I mean, even the Entertainment Weekly article. The first thing I read, I don't know if you guys read it, but the first thing I read was Nicholas Galitzine sees his first Masters of the universe, and I was like, is anybody actually proofreading these things? Like, this is freaking terrible, right? But there is the temptation, right? There's a temptation to okay, run it through AI, make sure we're okay with this, and then AI goes ahead and adjusts everything the way it wants to adjust it, right? So there's always that danger. So in a sense, I laughed at the fact that typo was missed, but in another sense, I'm like, well, at least they didn't use AI. Right, so it's a weird situation. It's a weird time we live in right now. It's a very odd time we live in. As a matter of fact,
let's get off AI.
Is that typo still there though? I am curious. Hold on.
You think they haven't fixed it yet?
I'm not sure. Let's find out. Because if they haven't, hilarious.
Real quick, guys. Brelly Ghost says, what was each of your very first Motu figure? So I'm gonna show my age. It was the 8-pack. I remember I got the entire wave Christmas.
Damn.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, my parents were just about to divorce, and I think this was a way.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, brother.
Yeah, it was rough, and so I got the 8-pack, and but I don't recall if I can't remember if I asked for it or not. If I said, "Can you please get that for me?" or they gave it for. I don't know whose idea it was. I wish I did. Both my parents have passed; they died early. But
I'm sorry to hear that too. I'm sorry to hear that too, brother.
Thanks. But what was your first, guys?
Mine was just He-Man. Pretty sure it was He-Man. I want to say it was my 3rd birthday. I don't remember the exact time.
Yeah.
My memory isn't exactly clear. Like Mike, I'm not 100% sure when it was, but I'm almost certain when I first saw Master Universe was in the toy aisle at Wilco here in Canada. And I remember just being absolutely enamored by it. And the exploding rocks, all these, like, the first wave was awesome, right? Sorry, that's a lie. My actual first experience with He-Man was actually seeing it at my cousin John's house. I already made a video about this. But in terms of like when I really wanted to get it and when my parents finally got it for me, I'm pretty sure it was He-Man and Skeletor. I think that one was my brother's and one was mine. My folks were always fair that way. That whenever my brother got a toy, I got a toy. So I'm pretty sure they were for both of us. This one was a double gift. So it wasn't like, yo, you get Skeletor, you get He-Man. No, we got a He-Man and a Skeletor, and we were supposed to share them. So which one was the first? It was both. I got He-Man, and just like AJ, he got a whole bunch. I got He-Man and Skeletor with my brother. And like I said, I totally forgot what their names were by the time, because I read the book once, I threw it away, and then the backing card, the same thing. And by the next time, there was just like, the barbarian Skeletor, skeleton guy, and thing. And then when Filmation hit, everything blew itself out of the water. So, right. But it was an amazing time. So yes, of course, I think we all at least started out with He-Man and Skeletor. I think.
Ryan says Mattel uses AI, Hasbro uses AI.
Everybody's using AI. Everybody's using it. Yeah. I mean, I think the video game and movie industry are saying use it as much as possible.
Yeah,
that's what they're saying.
Okay. Mike has his own relay.
yeah, he's got.
Oh, that'd be it's Thor, everybody, but it'd be
Thor.
awesome. It'd be awesome
Great
if
Thor.
his name was Relay.
Relay. Is that your nickname now, Bub? He's got like 10 names. We call him Bubba, Boo Bear.
Perfect.
Roman see a Chewy. Could be a Chewy.
Chewy. He was almost named Wicket because he looks like an Ewok.
He does look like an Ewok.
All right, we're closing 2 hours.
Give me 1 sec, guys. I'll be right back.
Okay. We're going to finish this off with Chronicles, guys. Now, Jay's already, I think, probably talked pretty extensively on his own channel. I mean, you know what? Maybe we're going to rate these figures. Go one through one by one. Take a look at them. So let me get and just give it like, 10 being the best, 1 being the worst, what we think, and then a few thoughts. So we go to 1 here. Where is that article? Oh, for anyone who's possibly looking for it, I know there was someone mentioning something. I can't go into it, but we were forced to take down the Ram Man article, so Ram Man will not be part of this list. So, okay. So, of course, it was such huge news. Chronicles, right? The should I read that? No, I shouldn't read it. But the fact that, guys, I mean, when was this? I think this was like 10 o'clock Eastern time. When was that?
It was very late.
It was a weird. It was a weird time. It was 10 Eastern, and that would have been 7 Pacific, right? So it was a very odd time to drop an article. It was weird.
Yeah.
Whoa! What the heck?
Bye, AJ.
All right, but hey, it's Mike. What do you want to talk about? Like, we got some really cool things on the. He literally just here's gone.
Let's show that Ram Man figure.
Literally gone. I think he pressed.
Oh, did he drop? Really?
The leave studio by accident. Hey, there he is. He's back.
There you are. He's back. Sorry about that.
You literally disappeared. Like all the shares are gone. Everything's gone.
Let's try this again here. You know what? Maybe we should get into the because we do have the details for the Chronicles figure. So let's just go there quickly. Let's tell. Oh yeah, manga style manga. 128 page book. We could talk about that next time. Maybe we're looking official details. Here we go. Official details. So, you know what? I made this little graphic. Let's go into this here. Okay. These are the official details for the Masters of the Universe Chronicles figures. They're 1/12 scale, 30 points of articulation, premium accessories, that's their quote, movie accurate designs, premium packaging. Retail price for the standard figures are $24.99 US.
Hey,
Battle Cat.
You're not sharing anything, by the way, just so you know.
Oh.
We can't see anything.
I was like, are we supposed to be seeing something?
There we go. Sorry about that. Again, okay, so 1/12 scale, 30 points of articulation, premium accessories, movie accurate designs, premium packaging. Retail price is $24.99 for the figures. Battle Cat is $39.99. Coming in spring 2026. They're saying I think it was an April date. He-Man, Man at Arms, Trapjaw, Triclops, Skeletor, and Battle Cat. And then available in fall 2026, Teela and Evelyn. And by the way, there's already been some complaints on social media. Why are the women? Why do you have to wait till after the movie, to get the lady figures, Evelyn and Teela? I don't know why. But those are the official time frame from Mattel. So, and, but yeah, this stuff was released late 10 o'clock and it just didn't start. It was like, I think Entertainment Weekly after 10 p.m. Eastern time, and then I think Mattel was even like sharing new videos.
I was gonna say Mattel shared those videos and it was like almost 8 p.m. here, so yeah, like 11 o'clock your guys' time.
Yeah, it was like close to midnight when these videos were.
It was such a weird thing, and the thing is that usually Mattel goes with Pacific time releases, so I was just like, okay, this is interesting. And yeah, it was a, but heck, I was happy to see it. I mean, like, it was a great way to end the evening. It was pretty amazing. So
yeah. And here's the packaging for the first wave of He-Man, Man at Arms, and Triclops. And You know,
So it's
I like how they line up. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's fascinating that the bad guys have a left-facing packaging design, and the good guys have a right-facing packaging design. So if you happen to put them on the shelf side by side, it looks like they're about to go toe to toe. I thought that was really neat.
I think it's going to marry up like Skeletor and He-Man, and maybe Man-at-Arms and Triclops is supposed to be side by side. I don't know.
Very cool.
Yeah, it is very cool.
I think you can mix and match, because they showed, there was a picture I saw, it was He-Man and Triclops, and it seemed to work.
Yeah, but but that's the thing. It doesn't matter who butts up against each other.
Can mix and match.
Exactly. Yeah, it's going to be
fun. It looks like the silhouette of, what is that, Eternia maybe?
Yeah.
You get the orange. It's a half circle. So yeah, it looks like you can mix and match with anyone.
But if you look at the side, when you actually go to the side profile, I think it's always like for the good guys, it's always going to be Skeletor on the other side of the sword, because we've already seen Man-at-Arms. If you tilt over his box, Skeletor's on the other side of the sword. So I think that they're always going to be versus He-Man or versus Skeletor. But when you butt them up, it'll be whatever matchup you want, which is really cool. I like it.
It is really cool. Yeah, it is. All right, so now let's get to, and we're going to be able to expand all these. Let's get to the actual figures. So, Mike, when you stepped away, I just suggested, because Jay really went through a lot of this, we can say a few things and then rate it 1 through 10. 10 being the best, 1 being the worst. Yep. All right. So here we go. And we're waiting.
It froze again.
Okay. AJ, you gotta get a better server. Okay. All right. Our first figure, He-Man. And we're gonna share everyone's else ratings too. So I guess Mike, starting with you, and then a few thoughts, if anything. 1 to 10, 10 being the best.
I'm gonna give, this is Chronicles. I actually like first ones a little bit better. I'm gonna give him probably a 7. I mean, it's definitely a representative of the movie. He looks good. I saw Brick had a comment about, they should have went with the H instead of this updated cross. I actually disagree. I like the cross. It brings back that classic memory. I know it is a little bit different, but I prefer the cross over the H. And I'll give him a solid 7.
I think I will give it a 7 as well. I'm just checking out the articulation here. Paint apps is pretty good. I agree with you, Mike. I like the Iron Cross here. I'm glad they went. Actually, I'm very surprised they went Iron Cross, considering all the controversy behind it. So I thought we were definitely going to get an ancient movie. I was pleasantly surprised. We got a lot of brown leather here. That's, as Jay has repeated over and over again, feels like it's inspired a lot from the Mondo version 1 He-Man, not version 2. But overall, as a figure here, there's that power sword. I think I'll give it a 7, and I definitely like it. And I hope it's going to be even better once it's in our hands. Yeah. What do you think, Jay?
So, as I mentioned earlier, it's hard to judge these. For me, I'm just speaking on my personal preference, because for me, it's hard to judge these because if you, it's up to you. But if you want to share this other screen,
Battle Cat one,
there are running changes going on with these guys. So
actually, I like that one a little bit better.
Yeah, there's a key, right? So it's going to be interesting to see when the final version comes out. But this one in particular, I'm actually okay with. I would give this. Unfortunately, though, no matter what, I still would give it closer to a 7 or 8. But again, it's hard to say, because when the final version comes out, that's when I'm going to make a final decision. But I would like to reinforce the fact, and I've been calling it the Cordite Cross, because I think that's one of the biggest controversies in He-Man. I mean, even back as far as the 80s, they've been trying to change, the Cordite Cross, mainly because the original Cordite Cross does resemble another symbol from a war, right? So I think they've been trying to separate themselves from that aspect of it. But now with this new Cordite Cross, it does actually have a very different stylized edition, and I'm very, very, very happy they did bring it across. It's such a history of the Masters of the Universe, and I really do appreciate that concept. So this one, to me, it's going to be a 7.5. I think is where I'm going to end up with this one.
Yeah. Okay, let's see what everyone else is saying. Twisted Fairy Tale 7, not bad. Closer to a 10 than a 1. Yeah. Actually, no one else is actually through. Oh, let's see. Is anyone else throwing in some numbers? No, not yet. Not like last time, Mikey. Okay, let's go to the next one. Let's see here. Why are you not getting? Come on.
And we're waiting.
And we're waiting. I'm having someone's. Oh, we got more looks at He-Man. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, Battle Cat. But you know what, Mike? You want to revisit He-Man real quick? Oh,
I don't think it's enough to make the change. I think I'd still give that figure a 7. I mean, I like that one a little. I mean, if we were going into the points, this would be like 7.5 as opposed to the other one, you know.
I would raise it to an 8. I mean, if it comes
really?
painted this way, oh yeah, the hair is so much better.
I do like the hair a lot better.
And the face, rivets.
Yeah, but I'm gonna still stick with the 7. Although, I mean, just him sitting on Battle Cat makes him that much cooler.
Grayskull Zombie 8.
Man on Battle Cat, yeah.
Yeah, it's much better looking. Brick says a 6 or a 7. Okay. All right. So now Battle Cat.
So, oh man, this is hard. My only real gripe, and this is a small one. I like it, but I'm not a big fan of the fans on the side, the Wolverine aspect thing going on. I'm not a big fan of it. Yeah. I mean, it's not terrible. I still like it a lot. He looks fantastic. But I rather would have had that classic kind of, I don't know, Triceratops kind of thing going on, you know, the classic rounded, a little more round look, I guess. I don't know. Not so just jaggedly straight. Other than that, he is a fantastic looking Battle Cat. Someone posted, and I forget who, the Masterverse, because someone was like, oh, that's just Masterverse. No, this is much more detailed. It actually looks like he's scaled down a bit, obviously for the 1/12 scale too.
He has to be scaled up. This is definitely a scaled down version.
And the face sculpt is just 100 times better too.
It looks like Rudy's artwork in a way,
right? So
Battle Cat doesn't have the helmet on. Yeah,
absolutely, 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, other than that, I'm gonna go with a 9. Honestly, I'm gonna give him a high score. He's fantastic looking. I'll definitely probably be picking him up because I want my movie He-Man to have a Battle Cat, and I think and the articulation too, the upgraded articulation. You can do some really awesome poses, great for toy photographers.
Yeah, I think I'm going to agree with you, Mike. I'm going to give Battle Cat and I guess Cringer a 9. I'm not 100% sure this is Cringer. I assume so, right? But what's interesting is, and we mentioned this in social media, that as Cringer, he's missing some paint apps. He's missing the white fur underneath. Yeah. Right. Now we've seen some other shots where like you said, Cringer had a painted nose and so forth, and so we're not sure what the final one is going to be. And we do know because we looked at the cardboard standee that was done for a toy fair in Los Angeles, just for retailers, and underneath Battle Cat and the cardboard like movie standee, it wasn't white either. So it almost feels like it was a later change that happened after production of the cardboard standee and at least these studio shots, because you think you would want to get the colors right in these shots, so maybe the final product will have the better colors, but other than that, just as a Battle Cat Cringer, I really adore this design, and I hear what you're saying about the armor, but I love the look. I realize it's a little different. I do get some sort of like Revelation influences here as well, but I think it's a great design, and I can't wait to get this Battle Cat. What do you think, Jay?
I'm very much in the same boat as you two. I think that Battle Cat here. First of all, let's just go with the elephant in the room. This was our first look at Battle Cat officially. I mean, they haven't even put him in the movie yet on trailers or anything like that. So The fact that we and two other characters were also revealed in that same style. So really, the way he looks here is still not 100% sure how he's going to actually be looking in the movie. But obviously, they used the same modeling. They used everything that was given to them. I am kind of weirded out at those two little peaks. I'm not 100% sure what the heck's going on there.
Yeah.
But I
for him to be like, my name is Maximus Aurelius. And
that's a good one. That's a really good one. I like that. Yeah, exactly. But I'm not vexed by it. You know what I mean? I'm not
vexed.
I'm not totally turned off by it. This does not vex me.
I got that.
This does not vex me. So I'm not overly critical about it to that degree. The eyes, the actual open eye idea, even with Revelation, it was a bit weird. It was a bit awkward because oftentimes the mask doesn't really fit the way you want it to. It kind of jostles around a little bit.
Yeah.
But obviously with these studio photos, they got it right.
Yeah.
However, I will say that the painted eye thing didn't really work either. Kind of, so I'm not against it either. I love the articulated jaw. I think that's a really big thing.
Yes.
And I will agree, the technology is probably based off of the Revelation version, but he's definitely smaller, and he is definitely much more sleeker in its overall appearance, and I like that. He has a very more his anatomy is much more akin to a real tiger, and his Cringer appearance, it has a running change as we already sort of mentioned it. It's there's a pink nose on that was shown at the Spiel of Messe. So I'm liking the fact that because the first version we saw actually had a green nose, which is weird, very much like the original version of the toy. But I will give this probably an 8.5. It's much better and much more akin to what the only thing is that I don't want to compare it to the movie, but it's not. It's I want to see what it looks like in the movie. But in terms of it's just as a toy, yeah, for sure, 8.5. Like it's a very, very good toy.
Moses Cortez says Battle Cat 10 maybe change the mask, a little roided up figure. Nice. Snell's World Battle Cat is a 12. Wow.
He loves it.
He's a big Battle Cat fan. Just so you guys know, he's a huge Battle Cat fan.
Then 12 coming from a huge Battle Cat fan. That's a compliment, Battle Cat is a 9 from Twisted Fairy Tale.
I'm right there as well.
Mike nailed it on the Battle Cat mask. Otherwise looks great. The Iron Cross, also known as the Maltese Cross, World War II. Yeah, all right. There's some controversies, definitely. Any more? Cringer is a homage to the vintage sculpt.
I don't disagree. At all.
No. Why is the ears like that? Is that from the helmet?
It's his
so
mask.
When his ears are pulled back in the when he doesn't have his helmet, and that's actually probably give him a more meek appearance.
Oh yeah, and probably to fit better in the helmet. It might be a toyetic.
Yes, I think it is actually a toy hat. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it is a consideration for the toys. Where the hell did he go? Where is it?
Dulzo, bros. One question: is this the end of Masterverse? We actually talked about it earlier, so you'll be able to catch the stream again. It was maybe about like hour and a half into the stream. Yeah, we dedicated a whole topic to the Masterverse. Apparently, he has a glass eye. Who's got a glass eye?
So if you take a look at the version that we have here, like if I zoomed in on it, the first edition, as I said, had their running changes. This one is more painted, but the newer version that they've been showing off at Spiel of Messe, it appears like he has glass eyes, and I think that was actually confirmed by some of the staff at Spiel of Messe that they actually are glass eyes. So it's actually really cool.
It's like
glass like, not actual glass.
Does it have the eyes that follow you?
They're inset. They're actually inset. like you can actually see gaps. Like there's
Wow.
definitely some like more engineering there is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, that would be
Glass
amazing.
like eyes.
Let's see. Do we have anything else? Okay, let's move to the next one quickly. Oh, got out of the article. Didn't want to do that. Okay, next one, Man at Arms, Duncan. So, Mike, what do you think, buddy? Oh,
I'm
let
not
me get
seeing
this up. Let me get it up.
Like who we seen? Oh, Man at Arms.
Man at Arms.
I'm not seeing Idris, sadly. I feel like the likeness isn't there. I am really hopeful that, you know, from what we saw in the trailer, his armor does not look that yellow, but hopefully it is. It's hard to tell with certain lighting. So if it's really that yellow, that's cool. I don't know. I mean, I'd probably give him a 6. He's got his mace. He's got a cool little gun in the holster. Hopefully that gun can come out and he can use it. The armor and just the overall, I mean, it's you know, you see him and you're like, that's Man at Arms. So that's cool that we're seeing this kind of representation in the movie of, like, you can easily tell, you know, there's a green with the gold. So yeah, I hope it is. I just wish it looked a little bit more like Idris, and give him a 6. 6.5.
I'll give him a 6 too, or 6.5 in this image. I think it actually looked better in person. You know, look in the studio image. I mean, I see the armor here, and I see the green in it. And I think it's supposed to be the patina, right? The oxidation of copper or what have you. I think that's what the green is for inside the armor set. The green looks good. I wish actually the movie version had this color green, right?
Yeah, that's something too. Yeah, it's definitely brighter than the movie.
Yeah, I do wish his mace matched his armor a little more, color wise. Otherwise, it almost looks like an Earth gun, almost.
Right.
Yeah, the way the handle is. What do you think, Jay?
No. Keep going. Finish.
That's it. So 6.5. I agree with Mikey.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you guys. There's something else going on here. What I appreciate too is that, I appreciate it. I sort of don't appreciate it too, but they are using a standardized buck for all of the all the figures for the male characters. It looks like, at least with the good guys so far, because you can tell just by looking at his bicep here for Idris that he's been working out. I mean, that is a a massive bicep right there. Right. And I think that they did some augmentation with and even his traps, you can sort of tell. So yeah, they've done some extra working out in the off season here. But what I really like are the smaller details. Like if you look, he's got fingerless gloves. That is really neat. I like that level of detail. The gun, as you said, it really has that Western type of brandishing. You know, it's got the different color handle, and that actually is even more representative in Tila's gun when we get there. But I do like the little details we're able to see too. Like I was mentioning that in my video, he played a character called Bloodsport, and one of the cool things about Bloodsport is he has these nanotechnology guns, right? So I'm wondering if these little packets have weapons in them that, you know, kind of like, you know, explode out or something like that, right? So I think that would be really neat, being the master of weapons, right? But as well, I do believe that is patina. I don't know if that's going to transfer over to the final figure. Oftentimes they don't do things like that, but I do like the little highlights of silver and things like that they've done with the character. The mace really is just.
They did do that with New Attorney and Merman. They did the patina.
Oh, is that right? I didn't know that. I can't remember right now. But okay, cool. That's awesome. The the mace is just classic Master Universe, and I love it. I really do love the way it looks. And I said this on my last stream that I think Factory Entertainment got the jump on everybody. This literally is very much the same look as what the Factory Entertainment version has.
If the mace looks like that in the movie, then sold. Like solid. And they've had a lot of the other weapons, so that's really cool.
We got a tiny glimpse of it. It was really fuzzy when he's taking on the collector, but it was hard to see whether it was the exact same one.
Yeah.
I see Idris in there a little bit, but again, it's hard, especially when he's wearing a helmet. When you're wearing a helmet, things change a lot. You know, it squishes your face. It does.
I was
a lot
laughing.
Of things.
Go up, AJ, the Motu Prince comment. It's like probably 5 or 6 comments up. That one cracked me up.
Yeah, I can see that.
That's what I started laughing. I was like, it kind of does.
But this leads me to wonder if we're going to get a vagabond version of Duncan, which I think would be really neat. But overall, I would give this guy, very much like you guys, I would give this guy 6 or 7. Unfortunately, there's a whole bunch of other things, but I do like the idea that they're trying to still stick with the traditional colors of Man-at-Arms and what he represents. So
yes,
but it's interesting because when we see the scene. And I'm wondering about that too. I'm wondering what the Man-at-Arms has golden or copper-like armor, whereas the Palace Guard has more silver type armor. Because we did see that their armor is a little bit more silver than this, but it could be lighting. It could be lighting as well.
You know, to go back to Rick's comment you just had up, where he was talking about it's kind of losing the barbarian aspect. The only reason I'm okay with that with Man-at-Arms is Man-at-Arms was very technology based in that barbarian world. So with him, I mean, I get it being more technology than barbarian, but I see what he's saying by that.
It's hard to say because when you're part of an actual army, right, which he is, right, I think it makes more sense, just like in Filmation where they completed his armor. I love the idea of an asymmetrical Man-at-Arms, and there are functionality aspects to having an asymmetrical design, right? But in this sense, I think it's not bad.
I don't know if you guys can see the patina. You see it?
I can see.
Can you go?
Yeah, no, there it is. There it is. No, go back to the other. That's it, right there, underneath the hooks or the. I can see the patina. Yeah, that'll be cool if they can keep keep that.
I had to move.
If they can keep that, that would be very, very cool.
There you go.
Yeah, it's almost like it's like there's like you said, a patina. It's like it's been aged. Right? Yeah. Even in the cracks in the little seams between the sculpts, that's really cool.
Cool.
Yeah. He also has glass eyes.
Yes.
Yeah. If you
eyes that follow you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually, I found the image of Battle Cat. Hold on for a second. Just let me not that one. I did find the image of Battle Cat with glass eyes.
You got a super chat? Chase?
Oh, okay.
I'll read it. It's from Snell World. $2. When do you think we will get the sorceress? Well,
probably late.
Well,
I think if we're already getting Evil Lynn and Tila, I don't know if we're going to get a third female character in that September time frame. So maybe Christmas.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, Q4.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I'm hoping, but you know what? You never know. Depending on how pivotal of a character she is, that can happen.
That's true. So, yeah, she might only be in a very short kind of part. So.
Still waiting for a cartoon collection sorceress.
Yes, me too.
Get one. Yeah.
If you want to take a quick look at the image I just threw up, you can see how many running changes there were. He has black line on his lips, very indicative of cats. But if you see the inset eyes, just like with Merman, right? If you look at this set, you can tell that this was like these are painted on, right?
Right.
But you can tell that there's definitely something else going on here.
Yeah,
so
very, very different.
Oh, incredibly so. The pink nose, the little clef, it's also painted black, as well as the black line on his.
It might be better that way, but I'm not liking that look.
I was gonna say it almost looks like a completely different head sculpt.
Yeah, I prefer this. Yeah.
But I kind of like it though myself. But I know the more traditional one, right? Definitely, I totally understand. But all I'm saying is that there are running changes going on all the time. Is what I'm trying to say. So.
Brick says, I really like the patina. It's the only thing that gives the design some lived-in wild vibe. Otherwise, I'd lean heavily in the G-Wiz high-tech vibes. That's for Man at Arms. Yeah.
Sure.
I agree.
Any other scores for Man at Arms? We have a 4 from Moses. They dropped the ball from Grayskull Zombie. 3.
Wow, that's a low score. Holy crap.
Ara says we want movie merman. No,
that's one definitely. I feel like the original 8 need to be in the movie.
Yes,
some aspect.
100%. I totally agree.
All right, let's try to move a little quicker here. Jeez, 2.5. Okay, so let me back to share this. What's this? That pic Jay put up with the glass eyes looks like a Brussels sprout with teeth.
Oh my gosh, that is one fierce Brussels sprout, man. He's gonna problems digesting.
And I hate when YouTubers use AI for their voice. That pisses me off. Sometimes they have AI write a video and an AI voice it.
No, not just voice. Some videos are literally just spit out like with AI. It's getting bad. It's getting really bad now.
Another 5 or a 5 for Man at Arms from Twisted Fairy Tale. Hi all, Meg J, AJ, and Mike. Glad they are hitting the ground running with the assortment coming up from the movie. Yeah, me too.
Absolutely. Very excited. Very excited.
All right, so let's go to who's next? Oh, Triclops. No, Tila. Tila, hello. Okay, Mikey, what do you think?
Well, this is much better than the first ones.
Oh, face sculpt. First at tiara, right?
Yeah, the fact that she's wearing the tiara. She comes with 2 head sculpts. So I prefer this one with the hair back. She also has the one with her hair down. Yep. This head sculpt I really like. She's got the tiara. She's got her hair up. Wow. Does she come with the sword or just the gun? That's the other thing.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I would have to check the box. I think just the gun, but I would love the sword.
No, she comes with the sword.
She does? Okay, great.
She comes with the sword. Yeah, she comes with the sword.
Because I know that the first ones I saw the sword, but I didn't remember with the Chronicles. I like as far as like looking like the movie, she's there. Not the most exciting Tila I've ever seen, but it's a good representation. I'm gonna go with the same as I did with the He-Man, probably a 7. It's not. I'm not like wowed by it, but it's not It's not bad. It's good.
For me, I think movie likeness. I think 8. I want to keep my feelings towards the design separately, right? Like I really wish. She showed some leg, more like the traditional. No, I don't mean that. And it doesn't have to be.
I don't disagree. I don't. Yeah. I'm a huge fan of things like that. But keep going. First of all, keep going. I didn't want to try. I just laughed.
Yeah, we'll try to go a little quicker here. I love the fact we're seeing the tiara. I hope we see that because if you go back to the original announcement, they were like, we want to show off the movie looks, but also pay homage to the vintage releases. And when I read that, I'm like, oh, please don't let this tiara be an homage, right? Let it be something we actually see in the movie, fingers crossed. So I don't necessarily see this as a complete confirmation we're going to get the tiara in the movie. I'm just hoping we will. I'd rather, if she comes with a sword, great. I don't really like seeing her with this gun. I'd rather see a staff. Actually, it was interesting. When you watch the Camila Mendez video, she called it a staff and then a gun. And I don't know if it changes, like it transforms.
She have power. Guns.
No, I think that there's some nanotechnology would be neat if it actually,
Well, yeah, I mean, it looks like it's a gun from the 1800s, and I would hope that in Eternia, the technology is better than that.
Yeah.
If you look at their sidearms, they are patterned after more like a gunslinger type of idea, right? Right. We've actually seen some of those, but it's just probably just a design aesthetic. Right, their weapons are well more advanced than ours. Right. But what is it like? Will she have a sniper battle with Triclops, right?
Guys, it just dawned on me. I mean, what happens if they go the Masters of the Universe 1987 route that didn't make it into the movie? That Eternians were originally people from Earth, right?
Dear God, no.
When they found like an American flag in Castle Grayskull,
Oh
you
God.
never know.
No,
And that could be where these. Yeah, I don't wish that at all, but you never know.
I don't think that's even in the realm of possibility myself. But anyway, I'm always a little bit too sometimes I'm too close to this property. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
So
as quick
with
as
this,
you can, Jay, so we can knock through these. Buddy.
Well, what was your score though, AJ? What was your score?
Oh, didn't I say it? I think
Give it an 8.
An 8 to match the movie.
Sure.
You know, a figure representing this character in the movie, regardless of how I feel about the costume. An 8. Yeah.
Yeah. So I like what they tried to do here, right? The open diamond collar, very much reminiscent of Tila in Filmation, and technically, I believe she does have that in the original toy too, right? The actual high collar.
Yes.
I'm hard to remember. So I like what they've attempted to do here. You can see the Ka influences here on the on the stomach, right, and the chest. Very much exactly what they. I think they did what they could. Like you, AJ, I would have liked to see. Again, like I liked what they did, but at the same time, I wouldn't have minded if she had more leg, like you said, right? The face kind of threw me off.
Does.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The face kind of threw me off at first, and then as I mentioned earlier, though, they have a lot of these running changes, and I'll show you that in a second. But but when Camila Mendes was able to see her figure, I thought that was cute. I thought that having the actors react to their small action figures. Even Idris Elba did a fun thing where he fist bumped his own figure. Right, I thought that was neat. But looking at it, you can see she clearly comes with a sword. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
She comes with a gun. She comes with the 2 swappable hands. She comes with the long hair, and she comes with the tiara and the staff. Let's just call it a staff. All right. So, what do we think about that? Not too sure yet. We'll find out. And I just noticed there's raised lettering on this mask. I love that. I think that's really cool. But as I said, with running changes, this image was from Speed of Animese, and you can clearly see that her face sculpt. They did some additional work to this, right? So
she looks different.
Yeah, she looks very different and much closer to what I would expect. Like you though, AJ.
This I'd give a 9, man.
Yeah. Like you though, AJ. If this is only made to homage the toy, I would be a bit disappointed. I think this needs to be in canon. You know what I mean? Where she has a thing. But I like the fact that the bun is up, but you can see the rest of her hair is still there. You know what I mean? It's just hanging down. Right, because the original Tila, it's just literally a bun, right? It's all wrapped up in there. But I like the fact that they're doing that. Now, I'm really hoping this does come through in the movie, so that's something I'm really hoping for. But having said that, I think they've done a really good job with the character overall. I think that there definitely is a love for this overall at Mattel as well. So yeah, I would give it. I'm going to give this a much higher rating than. Than Man at Arms, and I think that they really sort of nailed. If this is where we're heading, again, we don't know 100%, but even this face here, you can see it's a lot closer. So yeah, I would give this more of an 8.5 on this one. But Mike, do you want to, looking at these new photos, do you have any new comments?
Still a 7. I saw someone put in the comments that their forehead's too big, but that's just Camila Mendez's forehead, and sadly, she's got kind of a bigger forehead.
Those images there, I'd go 9. They look even better than the promotional photos. So, but I'm just going to go with the promotional photos for now because I don't know if these are.
Yeah, that's definitely an improvement from that.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely an improvement. So I would go 9 with Jay's photos. But let's see. We got Twisted Fairy Tale says Tila gets a 6.
Wow.
Ooh. Giraffe says she also comes with a sassy attitude.
However you want to make her.
It's included in the box. A 5 from Tony. Yeah, she called a rifle. Yeah, watch the video. She says like staff than rifle. I don't know if she's correcting herself, but she says both. She says staff and rifle. and I wasn't sure what was going on. If she was revealing that it transforms, we're gonna have to find out. Hopefully, it does transform.
Or she uses both, and she thought it was the staff at first, and then was like, "Oh, they put the rifle, not the staff." But couldn't say anything on camera.
Is that a carbine? I don't.
A rifle?
Carbine rifle? I mean, it's possible. Anything's possible.
Was that name of a rifle? I didn't know that, guys.
I think it's a type of rifle.
Ryan says they really love Cold War earth pistols and rifle weapons on attorneys. See, that's what I'm worried about, the connection. I mean, I love Marlena's collection, but I don't want them to be the ones that populated Earth.
They're not gonna be firing muskets and balls, man. It's gonna be all blaster fire.
She's a 5 from Ara. Wish the guns were more pop sci-fi looking. Yep, this looks like a Warcraft gun.
But I like that though. I like the idea of a fantastic idea, a fantastic design. I think that's kind of neat. I don't know.
I'm still Masters Universe Classic. I'm still seeing a lot of comments from people concerned the movie sounds too much time on Earth. It's not a lot of time on Earth. People just need to see it first, and yeah, I agree. So people just don't know yet. In Knight Rider, Garth Knight's cane had the ability to fire bullets. That's right. That's right. So, let's see. Captain Glenn lands her spaceship on Eternia, looks up at the Statue of Liberty besides Castle Grayskull.
You blew it up! You idiot!
You fool, she cries as she punches the
Damn you,
sand.
Damn you, old hell.
That's awesome. She is STH between Revelation and Filmation. I don't know that.
I think that's 5th. I think it's 5th.
Oh, 5th. Okay. Get your hands off me, you damn dirty beast, man. 3. I'm not a fan of the pants. She needs a leotard. Yeah. But look, we expect her to have modern action. If you watch like Black Widow and stuff, the way they're fighting, the way they spin around, and you can't do that in a leotard. You just can't, you know.
They did it with Wonder Woman though.
But didn't she have but she had shorts. Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay. Well, I'm saying leotard. Like the Filmation one that rides up.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay. I think we got Watila here. So let's see. More of the musket type of firearm. Yeah.
It's a design aesthetic. That's all it is.
Funky, hi all, new here. Welcome, Funky.
Hey yo.
What's going on, Funky?
Oh yeah, that's true. Masters Universe Classic, since we still haven't seen Mossman.
I've got a theory about that. I think Mossman is in the trailer so much you just don't even notice it.
I was gonna say I've heard from people that he's in the trailer.
He's in the trailer. He's everywhere in the trailer. You just don't know it.
I don't know. I'm not sold on that theory yet. Okay, now. Oh wait, Triclops. Start it.
Yeah, we should do Triclops first.
Yep. Come on. Go back.
I'll go real fast. That way we can.
Yeah, we'll try to get through this fast. So, Mikey.
Controversial, but I actually really like him. You know, I actually saw on why am I blanking on his name? Manuel Caderas, the guy that does all the packaging for the most part. Roy. Thank you, Roy. You can see on the packaging he has the square eye off to the side. So I'm wondering, is there a triangle eye on the other side?
Mm-hmm.
So he is Triclops.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he looks really cool. It's very like Boba Fett of Motu in a way. Like he's like this bounty hunter looking kind of guy. You know, we did see, I believe, him doing some sword work right behind the scenes. So
Yes.
Yeah, he doesn't come with a sword, but I'm pretty sure he will be wielding a sword in the movie. Fingers crossed. And his gun is super cool. Talk about that's the kind of gun I would expect, a very futuristic looking sniper rifle gun. Now people go, "Why does he need a sniper rifle? His eyes are supposed to be." It's like, well, he's got scopes on scopes. You know, I don't know what to tell you. But anyway, I give him an 8.
So I love this figure. You know, it feels very 2000X to me. I love the eye looks translucent. You know, the red actually looks like translucent plastic. He's got a very military feel, but it feels very Triclops to me. I like the look. It looks like it has a pattern in the actual clothing. I don't know. And again, gives me some of that military kind of feel. But this feels like Triclops, especially that head. It screams 2000X to me. I love the fact that he's got that little like rivet in the arm. If you notice on the bicep there, the silver. Yeah, and yeah, I'm loving this. So I think I'm going to give this a 9. I can't wait to see it in live action, and I'm okay with the sniper rifle too. The fact, as long as he has a sword too, which he does, we've seen him train, so there's no doubt he's going to have blades. But the fact that he's the sniper of the Motu universe as well, I really like that. So a 9 for me. What about you, Jay?
So I've been looking forward to seeing what Triclops looks like, and you know, he's got some great things. And again, the packaging art, which we're looking at right now, we revealed quite a bit, as Mike mentioned earlier. Looking on the artwork itself, thanks to Roy Juarez, you can clearly see back here that is now it's hard to tell if it's a triangle or a square, but that is definitely another eye, right? Yeah. So for everybody who's been wondering what's going on, where's the other eyes, right? This is definitely based off of, you know, the actual official artwork. So he's got 3 eyes, which is awesome, because that really was when you look at here, it's very hard to tell whether or not he has anything else, right? But it's literally right there. It's hard to see it, but it's right there. It's just you can't see the crystal. Right,
it feels like it's almost behind the 90-degree mark, right?
Yeah,
it's a little,
it's a little bit more, right? Which is crazy. But then you look at some other shots, and there it is again. You can tell it's there, right? You can tell, right? Just what it is. But yeah, he definitely has a Boba Fett feel. I think just especially with that sniper rifle. I did not say
stupid rifle.
I got really close to it, but I didn't. Stupid rifle. But the green doesn't help either, right? He definitely has that Boba Fett green, right? And he definitely has that feel, that bounty hunter feel. And I like that. I actually really like that. And again, the fact that we actually got more of a look of what the actual actor might end up looking like. I mean, there's a lot of details we can go over here. He's even got like a whole rack of bullets. Again, very Boba Fett-like, very, very you know, bounty hunter space, you know, mercenary type of situation. And honestly, his neck is even robotic. Like, that's crazy, man. This guy's literally, you know, kind of not there. The figure, though, since we're talking about the figures, I like the chainmail idea. I like everything about him. But I'm gonna give him a 5. Yeah, I'm gonna give him a 5. There's a couple of things, like, I guess it's really that stupid that rifle. I don't understand it at this point. But for those of you looking for a futuristic gun, there it is. You know what I mean? There's no longer what do you guys call it? It's like an 1870s rifle, an 1870s freaking musket or whatever it is you guys are calling it. Yeah, this is about as Boba Fett as you can get. This is like totally there.
Triclops 3.
Yeah. The reason
this is what everybody says. It's like,
the reason I'm putting it 5. The only reason I'm putting it 5 is that he just doesn't remind me of Cyclops enough. I mean, Triclops enough. The sword is not there; it's not visible, and I know he comes with a sword, just like what AJ said. He must come with a sword.
Imagine if he was holding his sword instead of that gun. He doesn't remind you of Triclops enough.
What's with the hoses? The hoses are really throwing me off. Like, he is definitely he's definitely some sort of cyborg. You know what I mean? And I like, it's never once been said that you know, Triclops is some sort of cyborg. Even in 2000X, he was a man. You know, 2000X, he was a man. I think in the Netflix edition, he was some sort of, like, he was kind of augmented, right?
But I believe,
remembering that correctly,
I believe in 2000, we got to pull up an image of 2000X, because I think
he became like the leader for Motherboard, basically. So he kind of.
He's got the hoses in 2000X, if I remember. They might not. Check out the 2000.
You're right, but he doesn't have a robotic neck. Hold on.
Does he always? I don't remember him. Like, I know there's been iterations where he shoots the laser beams out of his eyes, but is that every single one where he shoots laser beams out of his eyes? Every iteration? I don't remember that. So I don't think it's.
Yeah, no, he does. He definitely does have those hoses, right? But they're part of his arm. They're more part of his armor, I think. I could be wrong. Let me just bring it up for you. Hold on.
I can just pull
Twisted Fairy Tale. No one's complaining he isn't showing more leg. Yeah, I agree. Needs more leg.
He needs more leg.
Here, I got it.
There it is.
I got it. So yeah, he's got those hoses up on top, and his loincloth, I think, is very indicative of Triclops. I mean, at least here, let me add yours back in.
Yeah. No, you're right. Here he's definitely a cyborg-like as well. I guess I'm just so partial to the original, Filmation. Sorry, the original version of Cyclops. I don't know. The Triclops. There's something there. But yeah, I'm gonna give him a 5. There's something about the design of the toy, because I'm actually liking. Be honest with you, I'm actually liking this, more than I am the toy design for whatever reason. I don't know why. There's something lost. I guess there's something lost in translation because it looks like he's wearing it looks like he's got full chainmail all here, whereas here it looks like he's got more plate armor. I don't know. There's something going on there, and we do know. And here's the other part. We do know that when they're first given the designs, they're actually from the like very early on in the production, so they might have actually had production changes,
made some changes.
Yeah, in the time that the toys were actually designed. So maybe that's actually what's going on. Maybe that's what I'm not seeing here.
Maybe.
But
so Ryan says Triclops 5, right? Ryan says Triclops 3, the guy with the actual magnifying eye built into his spinning head that shoots laser beams, holding an Earth sniper rifle with a scope on it. Guy with an
Eternian sniper rifle, not an Earth one.
Oh yeah. Twisted Fairy Tale, Triclops gets a 6. Again, all of them have potential to get more once we see them in person. I agree
too. Yeah.
If only Carl Weathers would still be alive, he'd be perfect.
That'd be sweet.
Oh yeah, it would be.
Yeah, but he would be a really old Triclops.
Yeah.
Plastic Soul Collector gives Triclops an
1987.
8. Yeah, I agree. I give it a high score too. I feel bad for the visor. The actor has to wear the visor. He's got a nice paycheck, though. I'd wear that visor.
You know what, though? I respect Carl Urban for never taking off that helmet.
Yeah.
I respect him so much because in the original Judge Dredd film, in the original Judge Dredd film, he took Stallone took it off the moment he could. You know what I mean? He took it off as fast as he could. Well, whereas Carl Urban wore it for the full film. I love that.
Back in the day,
he never took it off.
Back in the day, it was all about actors. I'm seeing the next Schwarzenegger movie. I'm seeing the next Stallone movie. Now it's not about actors anymore. It's more about characters and properties and IPs and stuff like that. So I understand why.
At the same time, that's the whole point of Judge Dredd. He never takes off his helmet, just like what Mike said. In the comics, he never takes off his helmet.
I
respect that.
I'm just saying for the time, I don't think any of them would sign up. Schwarzenegger would sign in a movie that never removes the helmet. It was the olden days of Hollywood, or our olden days at least. Ara says he's definitely more 2000X, but he looks like he'll be representing the movie. Solid 7. Let's go here. 7. The colors are off. Darker pants, maybe. That's for Moses. Giraffe says, aside from what? Oh, Giraffe said something beforehand. Motu has been fantasy meets sci-fi. The weapons, man-at-arms sidearm, Tila's musket. The sniper rifle looks too Earth-inspired modern thing. If Zodak has a Glock, I'm a roll my eyes. Aside from that, Triclops is outstanding in every version. The grumpy cat frowning Triclops is a 10 out of 10. Ooh, even higher than us. Let's see. Just getting late. Sorry, guys. We're just going to push through this here. I changed my mind. I think it's a 5, but he still looks cool. Netflix CGI had Triclops as a robot that would be a host of victims. Try Justine for the win. Great stuff.
That's right. I remember that.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's it for Triclops. Okay, let's... Yeah, we're pushing close to 3 hours here. Let's get this going. Let's try to push through the latest here, guys. Skeletor, Mikey, you're first.
Skeletor. I really like the face sculpt. I think his jaw articulates, which is really cool. I like the muscle kind of looks, where it looks like it almost doesn't have skin and it's like showing off just pure muscle.
Yeah.
The down part is, of course, I want the damn normal bone and cross, and I know, the guys, the Mattel and Masters put a thing with the two designer guys, and they were talking about how they wanted, Skeletor lives in Snake Mountain, so we thought it was better to have more snake motif. And it's like, clearly you don't know the lore that the Snake Mountain actually belonged to Snake Man and Skeletor. So, but do you expect them to get that deep? Who knows? So anyway, they went all in on snakes on Skeletor, which, it's not my favorite. So with that being said, I'm probably going to give him an 8 due to it just missing that aspect of it. It does still have the little red amulet there, which is cool, but that's just crossbones, man. I need those crossbones, and it would have been a 10.
I think I'll give it an 8. It's interesting with the cape. I'm not sure if the cape is the way it's the staying in motion this way makes you think it's wired, right? So, but it might not be wired. I don't know. Overall, I think I'd give this Skeletor an 8. I do like the look of the skin as well, Mike, just like you. Yeah, that cape must be wired. So maybe this is soft goods. So yeah, I really like this Skeletor. I like the sinewy muscles, and he was just like that in the movie. I think it matches the one we saw on screen pretty well. Face might be a little off. The Havoc staff might be a little off color, but they might fix that, right? I don't recall it being this silver in the movie, but other than that, I think I'd give Skeletor an 8. What do you say, Jay?
So, yeah, this is going to be kind of crazy. I'm going to give this a 4. And there's a reason for that, though. There's a reason for that. So I do like a lot of the things you guys are talking about. I love the striations on all of his muscles. It reminds me of Attack on Titan. It literally, as Mike mentioned, it looks like his skin has been ripped off, and all you see is the muscle fibers, which I think is cool. But here's the problem. It looks like somebody forgot to color this guy. He looks like he was just all made in purple. Like this version looks really kind of weird. Even if you compare it to what happened in the movie, it doesn't look like the colorization is off. Now, here's the thing, though. So this one I think is like a 4. Okay, that's what I just said, right?
Mm-hmm.
The other thing is the skull is terrible. The skull is absolutely wrong. Everything about this is absolutely wrong. And that cape, I am so confused about this cape. Is it plastic? Is it a wired cape? Because here it's straight down, but here it's sweeping. And somebody said this is probably CGI, which I'm starting to think it is. Now, here's the thing. Yeah. Now, here's the thing, okay? Here's the thing. What they revealed at Spielwaren Messe is completely different. Actually, no, I'm not going to go to Spielwaren Messe yet. I'm going to go to the reveal they did on the Masters Instagram page, where two designers talked about their design.
They're holding it. You can tell it's not soft.
They showed this, which is complete. This looks like night and fucking day. Sorry, I didn't mean to say it that way. But this looks like night and day. Take a look at the Havoc staff alone.
Yeah, look how yellow his face
alone. Okay, if you compare the Havoc staff to this Havoc staff looks like it's glowing.
Right.
See how the eyes just look like they're absolutely glowing?
Whereas
this Havoc staff, it's nice and subdued. You know what I mean? It's got the patina wash on this. Sorry, the wash on this is so much more artistic than whatever. This is silver. There is no wash on this thing. This is like this, and why is it silver? Right? There's a lot of things going on here, and this always leads me to believe that there are running changes happening at Mattel all the time. The neckline, the bulb on the neck, it is a different color than the actual staff. Here, it's one color.
Yeah.
Right. I might be diving way too deep into this, but I have a point to make here.
I I think we understand there might be changes in all of them.
Yeah,
you know.
but here's the most significant change. Well, there are two more significant changes, but if I'm going to look at the colorization. Here you have a metallic type of crest with the shoulder pauldrons, right? We have much more color in the boots versus this literally just kind of like weird wash. It looks like he's bathed in purple here, but the trunks of the sash as well is look just one color, whereas this one it's got more detail here.
They look like completely different figures,
Yeah, and his belt, which you can see the snake heraldry in the belt, right? It has this nice overlay on the raised pieces here, whereas this is like one there's no deco here. You know what I mean? This one is so I get it. So here, I give this a 4. I'm giving this one an 8, and the reason this goes to 8, almost 9, is because the head sculpt. Look at the difference in the head sculpt here, and it's probably not even the sculpt. It's just the way they've treated it. I don't know what was going on here, but this looks very flat. It doesn't look like but this
digital, yeah.
If it's also at an angle, I don't know.
But if this is the same sculpt, they did so much more with this than they have in this, right? And I'm starting to really believe that this is actually a CG render.
Yeah,
and the hood's further down on this one, right?
Yeah. I'm very much thinking that this is a CG render.
It's a little higher,
right? And that would explain why this cape can sweep, whereas this cape is probably plastic. Right?
Yeah.
Again, I'm not
like a soft plastic.
I'm not 100% sure, but you can tell that this is definitely a figure because the sculpting is there. And then we got another look at it at Spielwarenmesse, and yeah, you can definitely tell there's been more work on this, 100%. So now this goes from a 4, right, to an 8.5, almost 9. That's basically where I'm at.
Well, I like that shot there.
Yeah, exactly. Good. If we get something more to this level, this is going to almost 9, 8.5, right? That's where I'm at right now. Because I really want Skeletor. They need to hit this out of the park with He-Man and Skeletor, and I'm liking this Skeletor versus this Skeletor. This even when I reacted to it at first, I was excited, but then I looked at it. The more I looked at it, the more I'm like, something's wrong here. And then they show this, and I was like, all right, thank God, right? So I'm hoping that this is what we get because this one looks cool, right? And according to this, it looks like he's got a movable mandible.
Yeah,
right. Yeah. His mandible actually moves, so that is very, very cool. So there I go.
All right, Giraffe says no nipples. Even the conservative times of '82, Skeletor had nips. 4 out of 10. That's a good point. Let me change the score.
Nipples, huh?
Yep. 8 aftermarket armor. Definitely make it a 10. Okay. 6. The cape kills it for me, but everything else is great. Why no straps, gem, and crossbones on the movie Skeletor? Well, yeah, that's a whole different topic. We're probably going to do this for the movie costumes once we get better looks at them, which is going to lead into the next figure for me for sure. Skeletor gets a 0 out of 10. Shows enough skin, but not enough nipple. Everyone's here.
You guys missed that nipple, man. What the hell?
Skeletor is 100% digital renders. The hood and cape moves too much. If it's plastic, he looks good though. Maybe Morrison to King is at the end. He's a bone crunching 8. Half boot, we riot. Chase Skeletor with a half boot. We riot. Yep. Some people, only us, will know that reference, right? The old fans.
Vintage,
yeah. Looks like Giraffe. Oh, he changed his review to a 2 out of 10. It's a bat and jam crossbow. Yeah, we're criticizing the costume now, though. Okay. All right. 2 more to go, guys. So if we can zoom through this here, let's pull it up here. And the next one is Evelyn Mikey.
Oh, you mean Celine Dion?
I saw that joke. We'll see.
I mean, it's definitely enlightening to see that there's more blue than we saw in the trailer.
Yes.
Her staff is a little funky. I don't know what the whirlwind thing leading up to
Might be
her
a snake.
crystal ball is. Is
Looks
that
like
what
I think
that
it's
is?
I think it's part of the
Yeah.
snake heraldry. Yeah, I think so too.
Ah, okay. Definitely 2000X aspects going on here with the headdress.
Yep.
And I don't know. I don't really care for her that much, and sadly, I don't think it looks like Allison Brie. So I'd go 4 out of 10.
I think I'm going to join Mike with a 4 out of 10. I don't particularly this likeness. I'm just really not sure about. I'm hoping it's going to get better in the final thing. I do love the sculpture here in the helmet. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous, you know. And I'm so excited. You know, I gave the sorceress, and I don't know what I did. I gave the sorceress maybe a 4 or 3, and Evil Lynn in the trailer, low scores because one looked all white and one looked all black. So I'm very excited to see some of this blue in the costume. I really hope that's how Evil Lynn appears, and it was just that one shot in the trailer when she's fighting Tila that she looked all black, and you know, and she'll look more blue. Staff, I'm not a fan of, but it's a movie look. You know, I don't like these 80s pants. They look like the spandex you would wear in the 80s, right? I'm not really thrilled with that.
On our way to jazzercise.
Yeah, but I guess if it looks that way in the movie, yeah. I mean, I guess as a figure itself, maybe I should just give it a 6. I mean, it's maybe even especially the top half. It's really nicely designed, nicely painted. If it's painted this way, it's gorgeous. But I think it's just me not liking the design and me not liking Allison Brie likeness not coming through here. So I guess I'll say a 6 for the figure. Yeah, I'll jump to 6. Go ahead, Jay. Oh, let me get this off.
Yeah. So again, it's one of those things which kind of has its own. There are running changes going on here as well, and I'll highlight that in a second.
Yeah.
But I do have to say, somebody mentioned this in the comment. They're like, "This is Giger inspired armor," and I agree. I tend to agree. I mean, there is some Giger. The designer was definitely Giger inspired, 100%. I mean, but the detail cannot be denied. This is some crazy detail for an action figure. Not sure if they're going to actually get that tempo in there. That's a lot of detail inside, like the little blue highlights. But I would love it. I would love it if they can get that in there. What the heck is going on with her face? I cannot tell who that is. Like, Mike just made a joke, Celine Dion or whoever, right? But what is she? She's staring into my soul, man. Like those eyes are piercing right through me. So but here's the thing, and we're going to get to that in a second. I don't think that's the face they're going to end up with. But look at this collar. Look at the shoulder pauldrons. Look at the rib caging. You know, like crazy stuff. And I really hope they go with a tempo instead of like paint, because I think that these leggings really need to have some really close detail in them. But they're scared of skin, though. They really are very, very afraid of skin. But yeah, the boots, everything. What was it called? The cape is a bit sheen, but I think that always happens. There's not much you can do about that. I like the staff, actually. The staff is I actually really, because I like the way the claw holds onto the globe, very much like the Filmation and the original toy. Again, it took me a while to figure out what this was too, but I finally came down to the idea it's a snake. Yeah. But I'm not gonna lie, Mike has a point. What the hell is that? But having said that, when it actually showed up at Spielberg Messe, our good friend Ramen Toy took a much closer photo, and the face changed. As I said, like, you know, this one is still not exactly Allison Brie, but
gave her a little more eyeshadow. Looks
like. But also the eyes aren't these gigantic bulbs that are staring into my soul. Here you can barely tell if there's any. Like, there's no white. That you can barely tell if there's any whites in these. This is like, like, tell me your secrets, you know, that kind of thing. Whereas this looks a little bit more relaxed. Like
that looks like Celine Dion.
Yeah, it looks like a little chill though. No, I agree. This one actually looks more like Celine Dion for sure. But she's a little bit more chill, and I'm really happy you can actually see those blue speckles. You see how you can actually see them. So the tempo work is really is getting much more up there, right?
Oh yeah, she's looking more black there.
Yeah. But like I said, I'm hoping that they do a little bit more work on the tempo. That'll be interesting. And then, the cape looks much better on this one too. I think these are digital renders. I'm starting to really think that these are actually more digital renders, right? But here's the thing. So this one to me would get a 4. You know what I mean? Like, I'm actually pretty low on this one again. But as we're seeing different versions, even the one that was actually given to the actress This one looks even a little bit more different as well. Alison Brie, but that is not Alison Brie. That is somebody else, man. So this one bumps it up a little bit. I'd say more like I'm close to a 6.5 on this one. On this one,
okay,
a little bit higher, but this one's a 4. Like, I'm sorry, this one does not. There's something weird about that.
All right, let's see. Jeez. Okay, here we go. Okay, Moses says 4. Celine Dion is not credited in the movie. She should be. Yep. Ninja says evil Celine. It should be evil Celine, right? Right?
Oh my
God.
God.
That might stick. Evil Celine.
Evil
I like
Celine.
that.
You guys are savages, man. You guys are freaking savages.
Funky says Evelyn looks like a dead-eyed zombie.
Oh my God, you guys are so bad.
Plastic Soul Collector 3. The outfit is cool, but it looks real weak in figure form. Even lower now. Giraffe. Alison Brie has outstanding legs. It's a crime that the wardrobe department didn't allow her to shine. She was doing squats and leg lifts nonstop for the movie for nothing. 2 out of 10.
I mean, they're skin tight leotard thing she's wearing.
I know, right? Yeah, it's hard to get that look across. It really is. So
I thought Evelyn wore mostly black and purple, but this comes across, especially on the other image, that even the figure that she was holding, she comes across as black.
Yeah. Again, lighting has a lot to do with it, but I'm hoping it still has that blue speckling because I like that.
You got the cape, but Evelyn pants looks like clothes that used to change color. I forget that what they shrinky. No, what were they? Freezy Freakies?
Hyper colors where you'd like.
Remember the gloves, Freezy Freakies, that once they got cold.
What? Freezing Freakies? No.
Freezy Freakies. Yeah, there were gloves that images would appear like monsters once you took your gloves out.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. I've been. Wow. I did not know that.
Eric says, "Yo, Maniacs. Good to see you, Eric."
Yo.
He has no nipple.
His skin is off. Yeah, it's Skeletor.
Yes. We got a late one with the nipples. Maybe if they gave her an early look, yeah, an angry look, like when she was fighting. Yeah, she'd be amazing, sexy.
When her teeth were like doing that grimace.
Yeah,
should have had that as her face sculpt.
Although maybe I'm just remembering Meg Foster's eyes in the '87 movie. Wasn't her eyes great? I think that's the costume is saying evil sorceress. The face is saying HR. I'd like to have a word with you.
Oh, you guys are savages, man. You guys are savages. I love it.
Okay.
Love it.
And Brian says it looks like we're getting 3 per wave. Yep. All right. Last figure, guys. We'll wrap this up, and possibly we're saving the best for last, other than Bellacat. And here we go, Mikey. This is Trapjaw.
Probably my favorite figure, and I'm going I got to go 10. I hope he looks like this. This is probably another digital render, so I really hope he looks like this. Someone tried to say, "Oh, what's up with his eyes?" I actually like that because it makes him look deranged and crazy. It's 2000X, another inspired. He's got like that just crazy mechanical. Definitely looks like exactly. He's got a knife there, so you can change out his arms. Just all the spikes there. I mean, 10 out of 10. He's awesome.
Yeah, I agree. 10 out of 10.
I really can't wait to see him actually in the film, a live action.
Yes, I'm hoping the live action lives up to this, and so does the actual final figure. The knife kind of comes like a pocket knife in a way to me, a little. Right. Like he's equipped with I could see him on, what was that movie, Small Soldiers?
Yeah.
But I think I love the eyes too. I love the crazy look. The more insane, the better. The more deranged, the better. I want something out of a nightmare, and this definitely looks like that. And hopefully, we got a blurry shot of the actor. I'm hoping he looks this deranged on film. I mean, maybe I would get away with this dirt specks going on. I assume this is some dirt, not some sort of oxidation or rust or anything like that. But I don't know, but overall, I think it's great, and this is one I'm most excited about, other than Battle Cat. So, what did I give Battle Cat? A 9? Maybe I'll give Trapjaw a 9 too, just to be on the same page. What do you think, Jay?
So after looking at these closely, I'm very certain these are digital renders. I'm almost completely certain of it. Yeah. But and the reason I say that is because if you look at the speckling on this arm, right, and then you look at the speckling on this arm, somebody went to town on this one. This one, right?
That's complete.
Like you can look at the speckling on this arm, and there's no speckling on this arm at all. This looks clean as hell, right? Yeah. So there's definitely these are definitely touched up in some way, right? Having said that, though, if he ends up looking anywhere near this, the blue skin got me, man. I was like, wow, that is freaking great. Like he's like Cyan Man, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like he is free, and that fuchsia. Oh my god! Like seriously, if they can get anywhere close to this, I'm over the moon on this. I'm gonna go for like. This would have taken points off from me, but the thing is that because it's a digital render, I'm really, really, really hoping for this. If he ends up like this as a full toy, it's going to be a 10 out of 10 for me. It's going to be a trifecta. We got 10s all around. If he stays like this, when we finally see what he looks like, that's going to be a telling tale. But man, he looks too good here. He looks way too good, and that's what I think most.
Go ahead.
Yeah. This looks really good, and the thing is that I'm really, really hoping he stays this way. And just like AJ, I hope he comes with the most ridiculous freaking attachments. Like this looks like a freaking pocket knife. This is a freaking this is something he uses.
The knife almost looks like at the end it turns into scissors. It's almost got like two things.
Oh, imagine if that happens on screen.
Exactly. This looks like a trigger for the scissor piece. You know what I mean? Like this looks so good. Like the absolute bonkers. What's it called? A cartoon logic version of Trapjaw. You know,
he once had a fly swatter.
That's what I was about to say. You stole it from me. I was gonna say, man, if he doesn't come with a fly swatter, I'm gonna freaking riot. Like
actually, it would be hilarious if he was in Snake Mountain and a bug comes across and he hits it. That would be hilarious. Yeah,
dude, he's gonna come with the most ridiculous attachments. And you know what? What I don't see here is a peg for the for any of them. And we already know that Man at Arms has a peg for his sidearm, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm hoping, just like the original Trapjaw, that you can put stuff on his belt.
Attachments,
little hooks, little hooks
belt that goes on top.
Yeah. And you know what? Give him a ring for crying out loud. Give him a freaking glow in the dark ring. I want a glow in the dark ring with freaking Trapjaw, man. That's what I want. That would be 100% a 10 for me. That would solidify this as a 10, right? But as it is right now, I can only say that this digital render is a 10. So I don't know what the final one's going to look like.
So Funky, I got to get to dinner, guys. Funky is Trapjaws looks great, 9 out of 10. LSMF says Trapjaw, 10 out of 10. Too skinny, Ryan says. No belt attachments. Yeah. Let's see. Giraffe says no nip Trapjaw. Maybe a sharp blade accident. After I sharpie in some nips, 9 out of 10. I think we have a running theme, guys.
You guys got to get over this nipple fascination, man. Like
Marlon says 9.5 out of 10. Masters Universe Classic says Trapjaw's an easy 10. I just think after Jay was saying about the Skeletor one, he's absolutely right. I'm not sure how much we should put stock in the showcase images. That makes sense. Yeah, they all can change, Just Battle Cat, we were talking in the beginning. It looks like they can change. We'll see. Trapjaw, 10 out of 10. No notes from Fanboy Prime. Trap always looks good every carnation. Yeah, I would have to look at that. Let's see. Trapjaw looks wicked. That's from Masters of the Universe. We got Plastic Soul Collector, 10 for Trapjaw. He looks amazing. Anything else for Trapjaw, guys? I think we have another 10 for Trappy. Yeah, so everyone's kind of in general sense the same with us. Yeah, Trappy gets a 9. He's missing a nipple, and there's no excuse for it. Twisted Turtle. On that note, Guys, we have run long. I know Mikey's got to do. Mikey, you got to do stuff.
I'm gonna go get some lunch right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to take the opportunity real quick to wish Mike a happy belated birthday to the Attorney and Royalty.
Yeah,
dude.
Yesterday was his birthday.
Happy
He
belated.
finally turned
2 days.
35. 35.
Yeah, right.
What a kid. What a kid.
Yeah, if you saw my Instagram story, you saw a picture of me. My friend Erin, she pulled that out of nowhere. I was like, oh, wow. That was 2005, so I was 25 when that was taken. My shaved head days with my little
little
wannabe goatee that I could grow.
Little tough there. That's cool.
So what did we learn? What did we learn today? We learned that Rebecca Taylor is coming to Motuniverse. We learned that we have alternate names now: Steve, Mick, Colin, and we learned that Mike promised to put blue makeup on and become Keldor at Motuniverse. So
before we go, what is Masters Universe saying? Oh my gosh, the 12 tab. Yeah, I'll get around to that at some point.
He's still pushing. I watched it, and yeah, Mike, you're the only one. I think Jay watched it a long time ago. So, all right, so that's it, guys. So, all right, thanks everyone for tuning in. Remember, we are all He-Maniacs, and please, Motuniversecon.com.
Yes, please.
Yes, get your tickets, become a volunteer. Yeah, if you're a vendor, become a vendor, you know? Yeah. So you're not going to want to miss it. So, stay tuned to Mega J Retro's channel on YouTube. You know, he's always doing Motu news, but he also does Thundercats and a lot of other things he loves. And Mike also has, his bread and butters on Instagram, but Attorney and Royalty also has a YouTube channel as well. So is that linked from your Instagram?
Yes, it's on my Instagram bio.
Okay, so make sure
you guys, you definitely have to subscribe to he-mania.com, the premier place for all Master Universe news on the internet. He's always working hard getting those scoops. Sometimes he's blocked a little bit because, you know, he just discovers something which is too hot to handle. But the man is there for us, and he's making some of the greatest content we've ever seen from Master Universe. Thank you, AJ.
Thank you all. And thank you all for tuning in. And remember, we are all He-Maniacs. Bye, everybody.
Good journey, guys.
Good journey. And we're waving. Mike's waving.